In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this massive Overreaction Monday, November 17th, 2025. This program begins now.
Football
is magical, and Week 11 Sunday slate was spectacular. I mean, you talk stupendous, you talk magic, you talk what football can be. Yesterday was, and tonight, Week 11 wraps up on Monday Night Football as the Dallas Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites traveling to the desert to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Good luck to all parties trying to follow what happened yesterday. Yeah. This is one of those things where it's like the main entree just happened. How can you be a dessert to what took place. We shall see if Dak and Max Crosby on the same field will be exciting for 3-4 hours tonight on Monday Night Football. Will the Dallas Cowboys cover 3.5 against a Las Vegas team that turns the ball over a lot and, not having their best year? And obviously Pete Carroll's there. Chip Kelly's running the offense. Geno Smith leaves Seattle. Now, Seattle's a whole other conversation as well. Their quarterback just threw 4 interceptions yesterday. So did they make the right decision in the long run? We shall see. But Geno Smith and the Raiders have not been spectacular. The Cowboys, so much drama, so much controversy, but Dak Prescott, always good. So at least tonight should be able to light up the scoreboard, we shall hope, in Las Vegas. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty, congrats to your Green Bay Packers. Big win.
Big win.
That's a big win. Hey, John's a good football team.
That's a good football team and bordering on a great football team when Jameis Winston's playing quarterback. So that's a great team win. Back on track. I love it.
I don't know if you heard about this. He did the Harlem Shake,
Oh yeah.
There were some Youngs that had no idea what that was.
Correct.
And do you know that the Youngs thought that Harlem Shake was that like Vine video where everything was quiet and then it went crazy? And
come on.
What? They forgot the, yeah. And the guy who did it is sitting right next to me.
No, that wasn't me. No.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the one video I saw, the background music was the Do the Harlem.
Yeah, but it wasn't the dance. That dance, the Harlem Shake. Jameis went, Now, he didn't do it.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. He didn't do it the cleanest as I've ever seen any human do anything.
Sure.
But his tour of New York, awesome, is only going to continue. I mean, he is Jameis Winston.
Exactly.
He gave a pregame speech. He had a press conference. Obviously, he did this. He did his thing. And they almost beat the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't, which is obviously what we all assumed would take place. Green Bay Packers, did you learn anything about your team? Are you guys going to be able to win a Super Bowl, you think?
Jordan Love came through when he really needed to. His stats weren't the greatest, but it was very windy yesterday, and he let him down through a huge touchdown pass. So 7 drops is going to skew what his stat line looks like, but I'm very confident. Guess what? This is the Packers team. For a lot of the game on Sunday, they're going to make you want to, take an ice pick and shove it into your eyes, but if they win, that's good by me.
Okay, an ice pick is certainly quite a descriptor there on how you want to feel while you're watching them play. He throws this. Touchdown, great play. Josh Jacobs gets injured, though, right, in
Correct.
the game with a knee. That's a massive piece of the Green Bay Packers offense. We'll certainly talk to Schefter here in a bit about that. Congrats to the Packers surviving and advancing, getting a win and getting to next week. Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, AP Town. Congrats, your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Thank you. Boom.
You're from the town with the great football team. Now, who's going to be your QB? Okay, so Aaron Rodgers injures his wrist in the middle of this game, first half of the game. Mason Rudolph gets into the game and does his thing. Now, Aaron Rodgers is saying that he'll be back, according to people close to him, says Ian Rappaport. He was in the tunnel after the game, dapping everybody up. Clearly had something on his wrist. Obviously, anytime you get a nasty fall like that, it's going to be worrying. Allegedly, he wanted to get back in the game. They didn't let him get back in the game. Steelers still dominate the Cincinnati Bengals with Mason Rudolph. Tone, your thoughts on how the game went, how the team goes, and what this means for the Steelers in the future? You got the Bears next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was vastly different than the first time we played the Bengals on Thursday Night Football, where Flacco went 38 of 40 and Jamar Chase had 37 catches for 400 yards. This time with Kyle Duggar and Jalen Ramsey at safety, the defense has been much, much better the last 3 games that's happened. So Flacco was not as good, held him under 200 yards, got a pick.
Awesome.
But as far that was awesome. That was almost like the AB kicking the Browns punter right through the chest. Can't remember his name.
Yeah, it wasn't me, though.
Yeah. No, it was not you.
No, but people put me in that position a lot. No, that was not me getting stepped on by Antonio Brown during a return, which he has certainly done to people. Jalen Warren doing that same thing early. Felt like the Steelers were maybe trying to set a tone. And also, I would like to point out, grass, not that ass.
No, grass looked great.
Grass looks great. It operated great. So shout to the grounds crew at Acrisure. But Steelers get a big-time win, Tone.
Yeah, they did want to set a tone, specifically with that Darnell Washington catch where he just put 4 Bengals into the ground, as you'll see here. He is awesome. He's quickly raising his level to one of my favorite Steelers of all time. He doesn't want to tackle me. Oh, he's going to try to punch it out. Nope, you're going to get tossed as well. Darnell Washington was awesome. But as you talked about, Mason Rudolph comes in. It's awesome to have a backup quarterback that is experienced and can win you football games because he has it this time of the year before. So no matter who the quarterback is, I feel confident going forward.
34-12, whenever the Bengals have a lot to figure out, obviously, going forward. We shall see. There was an incident that happened in this game that we'll definitely talk about here in a matter of moments, and it is definitely a part of the first 15. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler looks incredibly cool.
Yes,
Miami Dolphins kick off Sunday NFL slate with a big-time dub over in Spain. What a win for the Dolphins. Are they hot right now? And where's the quarterback want to play?
Miami, I'm assuming. Coming back home. What are you talking about?
No, that was a wall answer.
Spain?
That's either he wanted to and he did.
They played somewhere else. Where else?
No,
they play,
Berlin, and then they played in France.
Right.
They played in England.
Hawaii, maybe.
Australia.
Him and Mariota.
Yeah, nonetheless, a lot of places you could have said.
Yeah.
Could have said a lot of places. Just seemingly wants to, live in his own world, doesn't have a clue what's going on outside of it. And if he does, and he's just doing that to do all that, interesting.
That's kind of awesome.
Kind of need a new take on him. But other than that, Dolphins won a few games. They get rid of Chris Greer, seemingly doing well. What are the vibes you think down in South Florida with this Dolphins team?
Vibes got to be pretty good. You get a win. Obviously, all the distractions you got to deal with when you go across the water. But back-to-back wins now, and everybody from the outside looking in, hey, we got to fire the coach. We got to fire the GM. We got to do this. We got to do that. Get rid of Tua. So for the boys to rally and get a couple back-to-back wins, kind of back against the wall, I'm proud of them. I know they're proud of themselves going forward. I think they can keep stacking wins and maybe be lurking when it's all said and done in the AFC.
Yeah, we'll see if the Dolphins are lurking. Shout out to McDaniel getting an opportunity here. Also, shout out to the other half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys. Bubba Campino getting to experience Miami Dolphins merch throughout the season because he thought he was going to have to hang them up forever. You get to put it back on. Congrats to you having a great start to your Sunday, Gumpy.
All the way back. HN is unbelievable. Just keep pounding the rock every game, boys.
Vilma and Kenny Albert to start our NFL Sunday slate. I loved everything about it. The international games are done. And to the international games, I think there's stats coming out that all of them were close. We'd like to give a big Kenny Albert to what you were this season. And we can't wait to come back. And we hope that the international games continue to grow. And we appreciate the hell out of all the international fans who have taken a love to our sport, our game, our league. You people are awesome. Thank you for the passion. Shout out to you guys singing Country Roads everywhere, too, and crushing it. And them not even singing it in Pittsburgh this past week.
Yikes. What are you doing?
Well, everybody sings that song. That was awesome. That was great reaction out of those Yinzers. I really thought there was going to be a little bit of maybe sprinkled through there. Somebody would catch on. That was an immediate boo. No way, we're not doing that. Shout out to Pittsburgh for showing up on Saturday. Obviously, I'm talking about the fans, not the team. Notre Dame kind of did their thing to the University of Pittsburgh football team. Notre Dame might be very, very, very good. Jeremiah Love, special talent. Obviously, shout out to C.J. Carr getting a big-time win. Aaron Donald getting his number retired at halftime. What was he trying to do, break my neck?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Was he trying to kill me out there?
Looked like it.
Old rivalry.
Now, he might have potentially gave me a heads up that if I was to pick against Pitt, there's a chance that he's going to throw me off the stage. And there might have been a little moment of me going, you wouldn't do that to me, would you? You're from Penn Hills. And then obviously you get a chance to kind of see him flex what he has. They showed a video before this of Aaron Donald. He's isolated chest benching 160-pound dumbbells. 106, that's 320 pounds, both those, 160 on each, so the shoulders, everything needs to be in there. And this is the moment where I told him, yeah, right, I can't pick Pitt. You're out of your damn mind for the good of ball. And then, go ahead, get the hell out of here.
Shit. I'm glad you're still out of your feet.
Thank you.
Yeah,
like a cat, nobody's talking about it. Someone say like a panther, but, I won that day. I'm
smart.
like an Irishman.
Stay back there, too.
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't know what the next steps were, but I knew I wasn't going to be a part of it. But I want to let Aaron Donald know, we appreciate the hell out of you taking time out of your life to join us on College Game Day. Everybody that hung out with us that morning was special. That was a cool feeling, man. Rudy Subs comes through. My guy Greg, who's deaf, I didn't get a chance to give him the full hi, thank you, yeah, love you, man. Kind of get in there. Didn't get a chance to do that, but I appreciated him. Serafino's obviously Italian came through. Dallas Alice Pizza, he brought 120 pieces.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was the first time I'd seen Serafino's brought like dinner for 15 maybe.
Massive.
But they set it up out there. Rudy Subs had like 30 subs out set up there, all kind of diced up. Literally the first time I've seen all crew production, everybody like kind of come through like a buffet style.
Nice.
And I think that's exactly how Pittsburgh people would want it to be on the backside of that entire thing with the food. And then the crowd showed up in a big way. I got emotional a couple different times, because I don't know if game day was supposed to go to Pitt. I don't know if that was supposed to happen. Felt like there were some conversations that took place where it was like, hey, this could be special. Just right across from the point, as a boy, growing up there, kind of seeing the whole city come alive for the good of football was sweet. So shout out to Pittsburgh, and we're going back to Oregon. Feels like we were just there.
Great.
Feels like we were just there.
That's perfect.
Always a great environment. Always a great environment out there. Obviously, JMU was like a once-in-a-lifetime type thing a couple years ago. I think there was an opportunity to maybe travel there. Montana State, I think, was happening at Montana this time as opposed to Montana State, which, the two cities, I don't want to get them wrong. Bozeman and Missoula, I do believe.
Yeah.
This one would have been in Missoula as opposed to Bozeman. So I think there would have been potential craziness. And then USC, Oregon. Oregon's fans always awesome to College Game Day, but this particular game has massive college football playoff implications, obviously, and there's a chance down the stretch. But just know that these conversations and decisions are made by, at the end of the day, I don't want to say one person, but it does feel as if one person makes this decision, and I am not that person. Neither is Tone.
Nope.
Neither is Ty.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
It's Connor Campbell. It's Connor Campbell.
I heard on the internet the reason Montana wasn't picked because Nick Fado couldn't be there, and you can't go without Nick Fado.
So that was an interesting pick up there. It was incredible. It was so cold.
Yeah.
Generators were dying
Sick
off.
jacket.
Couldn't have the heaters, so I had to sacrifice the heaters or the connection. That's what he kind of had to get rid of. So set heaters kind of dropped off the thing because we couldn't connect anything. And watching the production crew of Game Day, who are a bunch of dogs, all the people that work, the truck drivers, the camera people, the audio people, the Ruhlman is on stage, but all the stage people, they're beasts. These people are setting up a live show in the middle of nowhere in a lot of different situations. I have no idea how many people have been live to the world from Roberto Clemente Park right there. Now, granted, you can connect to whatever, but just the ability to pull this thing off. That was the first time I did see a little panic on a lot of those people's faces, because we're losing power quickly, and we are not able to be connected. And it is only getting colder out here. They had shirtless whites, obviously, which is starting.
That was nuts.
I think it's only growing even more. But Montana
growing.
was special. Montana was special. Every sign basically was saying, don't move here. Okay, it was all in Montana. They're using College Game Day as a way to tell the rest of the hey, stop. We know it's awesome. Please, just kind of, can we take it easy? Stop moving here. Then Nick Fado gets introduced as guest picker. Hey, Nick, what's your tie to Montana? Moved here 3 months ago.
Everyone should.
Boo! Get this guy the hell out of here.
That was awesome.
He handled himself like a gentleman, but Montana was sweet. JMU was amazing. Oregon, every time we've been there, has been a spectacular scene, but I do know there was other places that certainly wanted it, and it's so cool to be a part of something like that. And those are once-in-a-lifetime stuff that could have been experienced again. USC, Oregon, obviously massive game. Oregon people have been good to us. So that's I don't want to speak for everybody that's on the stage that gets blamed for where these things go, but I think that is kind of how it all goes. Now, speaking of how it goes, we have a segment every single Overreaction Monday, about the top 5 headlines coming out of the Sunday slate. Now, we don't like to do scripted stuff. We're kind of just a free-flowing conversation daily. It causes us to step into some stuff every once in a while, okay? If we were more structured, we probably wouldn't be in the conversations that end up happening about us on a regular basis. Maybe even the Jeopardy clue question, if everything was a little bit more scripted and structured. But we feel candid conversation is the best way to go about learning about stuff, entertaining about stuff, and informing people about stuff. So we don't normally do this, but we said we're a football show. We need to do what football teams do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first 15. Now, this is driven by Ram. It's not first 15 minutes, no, it's first 15 scripted plays that we have. And in our case, it's the first 5, the big 5 headlines coming out of a Sunday slate. We put the clock down in the corner. Last week, I think we won 40-some minutes. We'll see how this one goes. Start the clock right now. Number 5 headline coming out of week 11, Sunday slate. The Bears, the Kings of the North. Now, we got a big number 4 right there on the top left corner of that particular graphic, but it is number 5 on the headline, and that just tells you the headlines have been fluid this morning. We've been trying to learn about what the top 5 are, and the Bears getting a shout-out is certainly warranted of the conversation. Caleb Williams and his Bears team are doing something special. Ben Johnson came into Chicago with a whole culture that he had to shift, a whole culture he had to change, and what did he do? He did it. First couple of weeks weren't easy. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, these guys never going to get along. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, these men never going to be able to be a winning tandem in Chicago. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, will they ever see the same? One guy wears fingernail polish. The other guy wants to run his face through any wall that he sees. Are they going to be able to? They have, and they are now the Kings of the NFC North with Week 11 just wrapping up for them. Now, it's not just their offense. It's not just their defense. It's their special teams as well. Fourth quarter, Dahn won. Minnesota Vikings thought they had a massive win. J.J. McCarthy makes some huge throws in the fourth quarter. Huge completion. Jordan Addison goes absolutely crazy. Big return. The Chicago Bears, Cairo Santos, sneaks one in the left. Now, it looked like that thing was hooking. Somehow that thing stayed true. And now the Chicago Bears are sitting at a wonderful 7-3 record as the top of the NFC North. D-Butch, when you see the Chicago Bears team, there's some stats you need to look at. That's their 5th win when they're trailing in the final 2 minutes.
Crazy.
That's tied with the 2016 Lions and the 2011 Broncos for the most since the 1970 merger. Okay, so that is literally just already historic. We got a lot of games left to play in this entire thing. Their defense, good at everything. Defense is unstoppable. Special teams, making kicks, big returns. Torrey's a great punter. Can the Chicago Bears win a Super Bowl right now? Is Ben Johnson showing up as the belle of the ball in a coaching cycle for good reason? He immediately gets there, and the monsters of the Midway are all of a sudden back in Super Bowl conversations.
I don't know if we put them in Super Bowl conversations just yet, but we know getting to the Super Bowl starts with getting a playoff game, a playoff home game at that, and they're in position to win their division. And we talked about how would this marriage work? How would Caleb Williams operate in this Ben Johnson offense? He's still figuring that out, but this defense, you mentioned it. Dennis Allen leading the league right now in takeaways. Got 3 guys right at the top of the league with Byer, Edmonds, and Wright when it comes to leading the league in interceptions. And they picked on 9, J.J. McCarthy, whoever the hell was out there throwing the ball. Even though he did stick with it, he did stay in the fight and make some plays late. They figured out, you mentioned that 3rd phase of the game. And this is the dynamic kickoff showing the impact on games and their outcomes because they had a chance to win the game, the Vikings. They went up a point, and then boom, in one play of the game, you kick it, Duvernay comes out and brings it to midfield, and they figure it out.
You know, the president hates the kickoff, but on that note, have to throw a strike. It's like baseball, Ty.
Yeah.
You have to land it in the strike zone, basically. You have to get out of the game. You have to cover a kick. Now, granted, there's going to be teams that don't like it, but the Chicago Bears viewed it as an opportunity, and they get exactly what they're looking for. They probably knew old buddy had been kicking it into the corner. They get a stretch, take that thing wide side of the field. Couple good blocks, 3 good blocks, and all of a sudden they're wide ass open, getting almost back into field goal range. And Cairo Santos has been kicking a long time. Football gods blessed him on that one. The football gods blessed him on that. That thing was hooking. Then it almost appears as if the football gods just kind of blew it in there because they saw some of the throws JJ was making. And they were saying, hey, listen, this team cannot win. Okay, and that ball's still moving while he kicks it. Can you go back a little bit? I did not know that ball was still spinning. So that ball is still kind of spinning from Torrey here as he's trying to fix. Lacey's directly right whenever he catches it. He's trying to spin it and catch it. Normal miss. Okay, so even more so.
Wow.
Ball spinning like that, very hard to kick. I mean, obviously you're trying to hit a sweet spot. Sweet spot is moving while you're kind of kicking it. I don't fake stats. 87% of the time, that is a miss. Okay? That is certainly a miss, especially with the ball moving. So Cairo's mental toughness to stick through that kick without giving up and bailing on it crazy. But I think, once again, it's the football gods. I think it was the football gods saying, nah, this guy's throwing a ball in the first row of the stance. Yeah. This guy's throwing a check down 14 yards over this guy's head. We cannot allow him to win. Now, I think JJ in big moments needed a touchdown, threw one.
Yep.
Yeah.
JJ needs one, he does it. So if JJ can do what he does late in games in the biggest moments throughout the entirety of the game, I think the Vikings have something special. And that's kind of what they say about 9. That's what they say about JJ. And on the flip side, Caleb Williams does Caleb Williams shit every single week. That offense is obviously going to be very dynamic no matter what, because the way Ben Johnson can kind of script things up and play. The defense, he talked about it, insane. Are the Green Bay Packers and everybody else in the North a little scared of the Kings, which could be the Bears for the next 20 years of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, Ty?
I don't know if I'd say scared, but at this point, it's no longer a fluke. The proof is in the pudding. I think most fans in the NFC North just assumed going into the season, we understood Ben Johnson was the belle of the ball, but it's like we've seen this with the Bears time and time again over the last several years. So, but now it's to the point, they win these close games, and I think what we've seen is that stuff. Typically, I don't know if you can play a whole year and sustain that, but that stuff doesn't usually flip in a year. It'd be like next year is the year where they lose all these one-score games. So, they're doing it, and like you mentioned, I mean, they have a pretty tough schedule ahead of them, but they just continue to win. This is not a team you want to see, have the ball down a point or two in the fourth quarter. Right now.
They're very calloused. They got a lot of close games. Here you have each division leader, in the NFC and the road that they have left. Okay. And you talk about that Chicago Bears team. We got Steelers, Eagles, Packers, Browns. Now that's at home. If that was in Cleveland, that's a whole different ball game. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how I missed it on Friday. I don't know if you saw that when I was talking about the Browns, Ravens. I didn't even put together that was going to be a night game. 4:05 kickoff in Cleveland. That's going to be a night game. Yeah. They're going to have lights on there. Cleveland's defense in Cleveland,
historic.
That's a tough out, for anybody. That's going to be, even if their record remains what it is, which is not another win, like 3 wins, 2 wins, whatever it is, 4 wins, who knows what they're going to do at quarterback?
What do you mean?
They need to play all 3 quarterbacks every single alternate snaps all week.
No, they
all
don't.
week they need to do that. But the Bears, you talk about the Packers twice, obviously, NFC North football. Lions last week. Niners are in there. Brock Purdy looked unbelievable. Then the Philadelphia Eagles is the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Steelers might have just found it. So when you talk about a hard road to the playoffs, if the Chicago Bears are still the kings of the North by the end of this run right here, let's assume they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They are currently third shortest odds to win the North. Green Bay and the Lions are still ahead of the Bears to win the division.
Yeah, and I think it's because of the road we just saw. Shout out to the Bears, though. And if your team is ass and has been ass for a long time, you should view the Bears right now. They might just lay an egg down the entire stretch.
Yeah.
What the hell? So
what's that?
The Titans just irrelevant. They decided to take them off.
They can no longer win the division statistically.
Yeah, so the sportsbook say we won't even let you.
What is week 12?
Yeah, we're heading into
Have we seen this week 12 yet?
I'm sure there's been some ass teams in
Yeah, and Lions were 0-13, I think.
Yeah, and the Browns. I think we were 0-13 at one point. The Colts as well. Remember those days? You weren't here. You came after those days. You don't even know, brother. You don't even know.
Browns, still a chance, Browns.
Yeah, still a chance for sure for the Browns. That one seems going to get dark soon, too. You know? That one's potentially going to get out of there soon. But the Bears, long road. Good luck to them. And currently, the Kings are the North, so let's celebrate the fact that you can be ass for a long time and then beat the Kings very soon. I guess Chicago's showing that. Now, let's go to the number 4 headline, shall we? Oh, did you see it?
Wow.
Did you see it? There's been a Josh Alien Allen sighting. This dude is not from here. This man looks like a big country bumpkin, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's got huge hands, bigger than the average Joe, bigger than the bigger Joe.
Yeah.
He's got more athleticism than the average, more athleticism than the athletic Joe.
Mm-hmm.
This man's taller than the average. This man's taller than the taller. This dude's got a better arm than the average. This dude's got a better arm than a super arm having Joe.
Yep.
This guy's special.
Montana?
This guy's MVP.
Uh-huh.
This guy's historic. This guy's legendary. And he's doing things that only he has done in the past. Anytime they're saying, hey, this is like the second time in history, finger roll to Dion Dawkins, good celebration. Team chemistry seemingly very high. But whenever you're the MVP, everybody thinks like, okay, how are you going to top that? How are you going to top that? Had Hard Knocks. How are you going to showcase that? Big celebrity wedding. This guy's super celebrity now. And he's more than just a football player, remember?
That's right.
He's reading lines. You know, he's doing other stuff. I'm not just a football player, I guess. I'm a little bit more than that. Let's go ahead and pull that. Let's run that. This guy's not focused. Yeah, right. Him and Otto Graham are the only ones in the history of the game to go for 3 touchdowns on the ground, 3 touchdowns in the sky in the same game. He's done it twice. Otto's only done it once. Now, at the beginning of this game, it felt like the Bucs defense had him. And at the beginning of the New England Patriots game, it felt like the Bucs defense had Drake. I'm starting to look in. I don't have a stat that, #stat that, but I'm starting to wonder, did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers throw everything they have at a quarterback in like the first quarter, and then it's kind of sink or swim, and the good quarterbacks are able to figure it out, and the bad quarterbacks are going to end up dying? Let's keep an eye and a nose to the grindstone on that particular story about the Bucs defense, which certainly did their thing early. But whenever you think about what Josh Allen was able to accomplish for the rest of the game and what Josh Allen was able to do, this guy's special talent. And think back to, we talked about the Bears being ass for the last 10 years. Josh Allen was kind of ass the first couple of years of his NFL career. Guy couldn't throw a damn thing. We're talking about J.J. McCarthy throwing balls into the first row, second row, fourth row. I saw one of them, J.J.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Allen was the same. I mean, Josh Allen had no idea where the ball was going. Could throw it a long way, could throw it very fast if he wanted to, had really no clue where it was going. They bring in Stephon Diggs. He works his ass off in the offseason. He gets better and better and better, but never loses his humility or his edge. Gains a football IQ, I think, through all of the different reps, and he's still untackleable. D-Bud, this guy's an alien?
He's unbelievable. Isn't
he a little bit too relatable maybe when he talks? He's kind of funny. He's charming. He's got personality.
Teammates love him.
He does, you know, D?
No.
He does D's nuts jokes.
Yes, he does.
You know, he does all these things that make it appear as if he's, we'll be a rancher. We'll go get a couple 100 acres or 1,000 acres or whatever. They'll never expect it. This guy could be an alien just dancing in the skies of a big country bumpkin idiot who just happens to be outrageously good at football and leadership, it seems.
Yeah, you're never out of it when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen reigning MVP for a reason. And look, you can look at his supporting cast. A lot of people have been saying it for years. You don't have the good enough pieces, talented enough pieces around him. But I like the stable running backs they have with Cook and Ty Johnson when he does in the pass game. Shavers, he kind of broke out this game, had a big-time game. This game was an unbelievable back and forth with Baker and Josh, but he just took it by the horns. And 3 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown rushes. You would think like a Cam Newton or Lamar Jackson or one of these quarterbacks has done it. Whenever you've done some shit in the NFL that hasn't been done since the 1950s, that's very, very impressive. And taking care of, he threw 2 interceptions. Twice, last year against the Rams as well, and doing it again here. And just putting the team on his back. That's what they needed. That's what he needed. So big-time play, big-time win, big-time game from Josh Allen. Josh Alien, once again.
Yeah, this guy's otherworldly. Can he win a Super Bowl? Is what everybody asks. I don't know. There's some stats and tributes that a team needs, or attributes that a team needs to be able to win a Super Bowl, especially what we're looking into. Do the Buffalo Bills have that right now? I don't know about all of them, but I do know the quarterback piece up there in the AFC.
That last piece, those last few plays, those like design run plays that Joe Brady kind of called more of, so tough on the defense because you pick up an extra blocker and it really becomes 11 on 11 down here. You're first and goal down here. You just going a quarterback sweep to the right. Like, that's tough for a defense because you still have to account and go with James Cook and do all this other shit. And you got 17 who's just as good as any, top paid running back in the league when it's in the open field. So that's an unbelievable weapon for them now down in that red area.
Yeah, and I like how excited he is. Very rich.
Yeah.
Okay. Married, celebrity, be able to figure it all out. Already accomplished, hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. Obviously, everybody will talk about that. But still, visibly emotional and passionate about the game is what I love. That was the same about Stephon Diggs last week whenever he jumped up and did the onside kick. I'm like, hey, that's a decision. That is a decision that was made by a guy in a moment. And there's obviously business decisions that have happened over the time. Josh Allen's still fully invested in being a guy, and it's obvious. The AFC East is starting to get packed. 2 of the top 3 odds-on favorites for the MVP come out of the AFC East, con man.
Yeah, Josh Allen is always going to have the Bills in it. He really is one of those guys where no matter who your quarterback is, Josh Allen is still kind of the prototype. He is filthy. I mean, you really don't see, to Darius's point, a lot of guys at quarterback running QB power with never a question if they're going to get in the end zone or not. When he runs that power, it is kind of just, okay, that's a layup. If there are, 7 guys in there and he needs to make one miss or he needs to carry one into the end zone, it's amazing. I think I even can say this with Bills fans agreeing with me. Them not being able to stop the run will bite them in the ass. It is inevitable. You're talking about, New England, sure, but look at the Colts. The Colts had the MVP, Jonathan Taylor. Could you imagine what Jonathan Taylor would do to a Bills defense who just let Sean Tucker, a third-string running back, run for 110 yards?
Yeah,
Who's great?
I'm hoping it. But on the flip side, we got to see that alien dancing, which is basically the entire story of the games, I guess. And you're right. I think Buffalo Bills fans would say the same thing as UConn, man. I think they would say we don't have the pieces on the D-line to be able to figure this out. Can they scheme that, D-Butt? Can you scheme your way into being a better tackling defense?
No. You gotta have the personnel.
They're banged out.
I mean, scheme helps, coaching helps, but you need the personnel out there, especially when it gets to real nut cutting time down late in the season.
All right, let's go to the number 3 headline coming out of the weekend in our eyes: Spitgate.
Ugh.
A study on saliva sullying the sport. What's the word sully mean? You say, hey, what do you mean by sullying something? Well, sully means to damage the purity or integrity of, or to defile.
Okay.
Seems like sully was actually the perfect word to describe this particular Spitgate. Now, let's go to the game in question: Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers. Long rivalry.
Huge.
There's been famous fights in the past in this particular series that have caused playoff games to go a different direction.
Yeah.
You're talking about AFC North heat. You're talking about the toughness of Cincinnati and toughness of Pittsburgh. 2 newer guys to said rivalry. Jamar Chase obviously been there for a couple years with the Cincinnati Bengals. Jalen Ramsey just got traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's playing safety now full time. And it feels like that's probably the position that he should have been playing for a long time. They'll be able to do a lot with him. The one thing that'll be constant with Jalen Ramsey, though, he's always going to be up in your shit.
Oh, yeah.
And Jamar Chase didn't love that. I guess there was constant bickering. And then it came to a head right here. And when you see, Jalen Ramsey said, I don't think so. says to the ref, did you see that? Did you see that? And Austin Brisky says, you know what? I don't think you guys saw it. Let's go ahead and zoom this in a little bit more. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Now, Jamar Chase was asked about this after the game in the locker room, and this is how it went down.
So, just to be clear, you did not spit on him at all. That's what he's saying.
I ain't spit on nobody.
Okay, so then that leads to the question. Is there a chance that Jamar Chase speaks like Sergeant Slaughter? Is there a chance that he had no idea that he hawked a massive loogie onto Jalen Ramsey? And he happened to do it low, too, so he'd hit some skin. You see, this is starting to become a thing. You got the visor here. You got the I'm going to make sure I get in there. Maybe Jamar Chase is just a speedy talker and an active speaker. And that loogie that clearly came out of his mouth onto Jalen Ramsey was just a part of him. Maybe he called him
Can't have it.
Maybe you called him a.
I even had that much
you know what I'm saying?
in your mouth.
Piece of poop.
Yeah, maybe a piece of poop or whatever the case is. And if he's able to breathe and run with that much saliva in his mouth naturally, that's a feat in of itself. And they should do a sports science, rest in peace, on everything he's doing. Jalen Ramsey said, yeah, he's lying.
He spit on me, so it's up. I don't give a fuck about football after that. Respectfully.
Respectfully, of course, he spit on me, so it's up. So, like, football's kind of behind it there. So let's just chit-chat about this a little bit. There does seemingly become a line in things that are allowed and not allowed. Happens in combat sports. You'll see, like, some things said, some things done, where they're like, you went too far, you went too far. Feels like everybody in competitive sports agrees that spitting is just something you don't do, especially in the face of somebody. It's just the biggest sign of disrespect that you could possibly do. And after hearing what Jalen said and watching what Jamar Chase did, and Jamar has to deny until he does.
Sure.
Has to. And he might even say, I'm at the court date, he might act like that's how he speaks in this entire thing. But D-Bud, this is not multiple times we've seen it this season.
Yeah.
And it's also multiple times that we've heard everybody basically say, yeah, you got to do what you got to do if somebody's going to spit in your face. It feels like that's just kind of the reaction we all expect if you get spit on.
Yeah, that's what's surprising to me. We all saw it with the Jalen Carter one earlier in the season, and before that, Dak has spit on the ground, which shows you how, just disrespectful the act is. Now, when it actually touches you, whatever the response is kind of warranted. I think we all agree on that. But that's the most disrespectful thing you can do. This is something that, as a player, I don't think I've ever been involved in a game where it actually happened. That's how rare it is. And now we have this research. We had it here. We had it in college. I think that same week when Jalen Carter did it. So just something you can't do. And obviously, Jalen Ramsey, you want to be out there for your team. You don't want to, he's a vet. He's been an All-Pro. He's a Super Bowl champ. He wants to be out there. But
how will his team look at him if he didn't do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You put in a tough spot to react that way. So Jamar Chase, the precedent has kind of been set with Jalen Carter being suspended. I hate calling for guys to be suspended, but if you do it to that guy, you kind of have to set the standard because you can't just have guys spitting on people.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit with Darren Payne last week. I'm assuming his game check number is massive. Now, it is the first year of a massive deal, I believe, or second year, but so maybe the guarantees are a little less. But when the one-game suspension does get dropped, because that is going to happen, people need to remember, hey, this also comes with a huge number, I think, depending on whatever the guarantees were at signing.
I ain't spelling nobody. So you're going to have to watch the tape. We can see it.
It's pretty clearly.
I don't see it. Well, here, they zoomed in, and there's an alternate angle. Oh, that's me talking right there. That's me. Everybody knows me. That's how I talk.
Talking about Hawk Tua.
That's how I talk. Jalen Ramsey, though, becoming tone setter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sure. If he was to get spit on and didn't respond, tough day in the office today going into the Pittsburgh Steelers facility. So, I mean, that's a
gross.
6'7". Causing a foul.
Yeah, there was a lot of Steelers fans that were upset at the time because it was a crucial point in the game. They were going to get off the field. Obviously, they get a first down, and then as soon as the video came out of them spitting on them, they're like, that's fine.
Yeah. You should have actually hit.
Yeah.
Well, we should have seen him do one of those, actually. Can't be just spitting on people. So there's a suspension coming, we all assume. We'll ask Schefter here in a matter of moments. Let's go to the second headline coming out. Oh, no.
What? Whoa. Did this?
You need to see, there's a question mark here, okay?
Big one.
The Chiefs is not the Chiefs? Question mark. Put the question mark in there because we would like an out, okay? If down the road here in the next few weeks, the Kansas City Chiefs figure out how to be a great football team that we know the Kansas City Chiefs can be.
It's possible.
Okay? And if somebody's going to quote this and put it out there, we would like the full context that question mark is larger than all the other letters that are on the graphic. There is a chance that this Chiefs figures it out. Okay, there's a chance that Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes still, which we all agree that he is. And none of us are saying it's Patrick Mahomes' fault, but this Chiefs team just doesn't look like the Chiefs team. No. Now, is that because of who they were playing against and the greatness of the team that is potentially about to become the team of the AFC West? Is the Denver Broncos defense exactly what everybody said it was going to be going into the season? Is Bo Nix everything that Sean Payton said he was going to be once he got drafted there? Is the offense in clutch time able to make any play that anybody in the NFL was able to make? Yes. And is their kicker going to guarantee a make whenever push comes to shove? Yeah. So they got all the pieces. They got big play Bo Nix making all the plays whenever they need it. He's seemingly never rattled. He can run and make everything. They got weapons outside. They got pieces everywhere. And then their kicker is going to make the kick. I think now he's like 15 of 17 or something like that, or maybe 16 of 18 when under Sean Payton whenever it comes to the final 10 seconds of a game for having to make a kick to tie or to win. Will Lutz was with Sean Payton in New Orleans. He's with him now in Denver. And it's like Patrick Mahomes, we all agree, GOAT conversation, GOAT talk. Chiefs in the middle of a dynasty, we all agree that that's happened. Or is the dynasty over? D-But, they put a stat up on Sunday Night Football. And shout out to this particular stat. One-score games last season, 12-0. This season, 0-5. And then I saw a bunch of people tweeting me whenever I said, what the hell is going on? We had a bunch of statisticians coming. This is regression to the mean?
Yeah.
This is a regression to the mean. That's what this is. I saw a bunch of people acting like, you doofus. Obviously, after what happened last week, there's a lot of super intellectuals attacking me for everything. This is regression to the mean. That's what this is, you idiot. Everybody's saying this is natural. Now, we've seen it with teams in the past who had the football gods blessing them heavily one way, one season, then the next year completely turning against them. But it felt like the football gods have been blessing the Chiefs just for like 10 years almost. Yeah. So them just completely flipping it right now and losing all these close games. D-But, is this the thing? Is the story of the one-score games? They can't get it done at the end where they usually would be able to? Or is it a full game type thing where they're just not the team we thought they were? And I have a question mark next to me saying the Chiefs is not the Chiefs. Do you?
Yeah, I don't like going against the program, but I don't have a question mark. I'm going to put exclamation point. So no. Wow. But let me. Yeah, because I just worked hard on this for the last 27 seconds.
Put it next to
boom. Yeah, you can put it up on there.
Get it up on there.
Put it up on there if you want.
There it is. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Boom. Exclamation. The Chiefs aren't the Chiefs. They ain't. I mean, look, they just played the Broncos. We've seen in this Patrick Mahomes era, they never lose to AFC West opponents. They always dominate AFC West opponents, especially, what's today? November 17th. Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs, they don't lose in November. This is when they get hot. This is when they start rolling. And now we're 5-5 right here, sitting at 500 in week 12. Like, this isn't the Chiefs. This ain't the team. Patrick Mahomes, they're not getting it done. There were spots where they could have hit some big time plays. They even got bailed out with a pick six that got called back from Barron on a bullshit penalty. But the Broncos made the plays. They made the plays kind of all year long and definitely late in the game when you expected, hey, it's 13th, it's a close game. Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs, they're going to find a way to win this type of game. McMillan played an unbelievable game, had a sack, had a pick. This defense is absolutely, this defense is dominant. They've been dominant all year long. Bo Nix and his offense still got to figure it out. I think they will, but now I'm out on the Chiefs for this year. You know, look, we've had dynasties that have taken some years off from dominating. For this year, I don't think we'll see the Chiefs make it a run.
When those people talk about like regression to the mean with the Chiefs being 12-0 in one-score games last year, 0-5 this year, yes, that is a thing for normal teams. Like the Vikings, the one year went 10-0 or whatever, one-score games, and then went completely defeated the next year. The Commanders last year, I believe, were undefeated in one-score games and definitely aren't
rookie
this year.
Quarterback.
But that's not the Chiefs. Like when you are good teams like this, and even the Eagles this year, like you get that's just what you do. You win really close games. So for them saying regression, I mean, this is like completely something that is not normal.
Yeah, and you talk about the Denver team being really good. So maybe it's not just the Chiefs, but maybe it's just the Denver team. Here's a Hembo stat about them out-sacking their opponent. This is the sack differential for them and obviously against them for Bo Nix. They're plus 22 right now, or sorry, plus 36, which is better, 22 better than the next person. 49 sacks, 13 sacks allowed. Bo Nix doesn't get sacked, and they sack the quarterback. And it's coming in bunches from everywhere. So I'm not saying that the Chiefs is not the Chiefs,
Yeah.
okay? Like my friend D-Butt here.
I'll be on
But
the
I
cut
am
up
saying
alone.
it's going to be a tough road if they is still the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, and it was impressive watching Bo Nix do this. This was his best game, I feel like, by far. He really didn't turn the ball over, and it was in the biggest game. Like, feel much better about Bo Nix today than we did last Friday after that Raiders game. But they just pulled up the kind of wild card situation the Chiefs are looking at now. It's the Jags have the tiebreaker over Kansas City. The Bills have the tiebreaker over Kansas City. So I'm also with you. There's still definitely a question mark. And you could say like, well, I could easily see the Chiefs finishing 12-5 and kind of rolling through the rest of the schedule. And then you realize they play the Colts next week off a bye, and it's like, it's
On that note,
it's tough.
number one storyline, off a bye.
Wait.
Colts wins.
What?
Boom. I learned it yesterday. I was watching.
You play.
All right. It's not the actual real one.
Okay, fair.
Please put up the real one. Thank you. The NFL's final
Okay.
played it. Now, I would like to say the Colts winning the Super Bowl still could be a one.
Yeah, good.
After what I watched yesterday, nobody's stopping us. Okay. And there's a couple really good defenses out there, which we'll certainly dive into in a moment. But Danny Dimes got figured out. Jonathan Taylor do his thing. But on that note, the NFL, remember just a couple weeks ago, had its biggest ass shite day it's had in like 55 years. Yesterday, we're tying records on how great of a game it was, or games they were. 5 teams won on the final play. That ties the record for the most on a single day in NFL history. 7 teams came back to win in the fourth quarter to win. That's the most since 2022. That ties them for the most in NFL history. So whenever you think about hanging around and is this game over? Is it still something we want to pay attention to? Yes. And then the final play, from the opening whistle till the final kick, this thing is going to be intriguing. That's exactly what the NFL wants. That's why the numbers are all up and to the right for the NFL. Texans, Matthew Wright. Here's Carolina Panthers. Ryan Fitzgerald hits a game winner against the Falcons. Now, this is obviously a rookie coming out of Florida State, hits a big-time win. Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young breaks all-time record, throwing for 448 yards. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers might have
record.
figured it out. There's another game winner here that happened. Foxy will pick the order here that we will go in. Boom, Houston Texans. Matthew Wright hits a game winner over the Tennessee Titans down in Nashville. Now, the Cam Ward-led Tennessee Titans season is not great. They've already fired a coach. It's kind of ass down there, but they were in this one until Matthew Wright hits a game winner. Will Lutz obviously just hit for Denver. Cairo Santos for Chicago against Minnesota, where it feels as if it's hooking, and then the football gods blow it back in there. And then Riley Patterson hits a game winner for the Miami Dolphins in Spain. So 5 game winners to wrap up games. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is an absolute stud when it comes to knowing things that everybody else doesn't. Senior NFL insider for ESPN, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Yay!
Shefty, thank you for joining us. I know you caught the tail end of our first 15 there. Let's talk about it. The Chiefs is not the Chiefs. That is what D-Bud is saying. Is that what you're hearing from around the league? Nobody's scared of the Chiefs anymore? People don't think the Chiefs are the big bad wolf coming to town? No. Speaking of big bad wolf, that guy's sitting in a jail right now watching this Chiefs team lose. One-score games. Is the Chiefs not the Chiefs anymore, Shefty?
Pat, they've won 9 straight division titles. And barring something unforeseen, they're not going to make it 10. They're just not going to be able to do that. At 5-5, with Denver sitting there right now as the number 1 seed in the AFC at 9-2, they're 4 games behind the Broncos, already having lost to them. They're behind the Chargers, having lost to them. And so they're in a situation where, look, you take a look right there. I mean, I don't know how they're going to win that division. Like, the goal right now for Kansas City is to make the playoffs, get back into the playoff picture, and then see if you go win 3 games on the road.
Yeah, we'll see what the Chiefs are able to do. Obviously, with Patrick Mahomes, it's hard to rule them out of anything, especially with Andy Reid and everybody else they have. Let's move along here to other storylines. Injuries obviously becoming part of the stories quickly for a lot of teams. Lane Johnson, obviously a staple, a pillar of that Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. Liz Frank injury is what I read on the internet, 4 to 6 weeks. What are we hearing about Lane, and what's likely future for him and the Eagles, Shefty?
Yeah, I think it's going to be challenging for him to return in the regular season. I think that the idea now will be to get him ready for the postseason, maybe the end of the regular season, but it is a 4 to 6 week injury. Suffered it last night. He's been playing through so much this year, and it seems like every week we put it on, he's fighting through, he's getting back out there, he has to leave. And this is a guy who is one of the standouts in the entire NFL, one of the best offensive tackles, but he's got Ellis Frank. The test showed that this morning, and now he's going to be out for an extended period. But it's not season-ending. That's the good part for Philadelphia.
That is great news, especially as fans of Lane Johnson. Godspeed on recovery there. Liz Frank, very annoying injury. Let's talk about people we are fans of as well. Aaron Rodgers, left wrist. Obviously, we saw him after the game whenever he was wearing a hoodie, had a little bit of a brace on. He was dapping everybody up. I believe early reports are that he was trying to get back into the game and that he wants to play against the Bears, because he does. I think he believes potentially he's their landlord, because of what he was able to do with the Packers for the Chicago Bears. Feels like a very emotional game for Aaron to play. What are we hearing as of this moment with the wrist injury for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to want to play against the Bears, but again, he's got a slight break in that left wrist. Now, he's having more tests today, and he probably has had them by now to determine whether or not they will have to do surgery, whether they'd have to put a screw or a plate in there to figure out exactly how to treat it. I think the team does not believe that it is any kind of long-term injury. So the question now is, does he miss time? And if he does, then Mason Rudolph would obviously start against the Chicago Bears this week. I think that's certainly well within the realm of possibility. But they don't think it's a long-term injury. But today, the test should show more and exactly how they want to proceed with him.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, we know will want to play. He views himself as an old school player, views himself as an old school guy. If I only played when I was 100%, I wouldn't play any games. Look up the amount of games that he played. Obviously, everybody remembers the Jets injury taking place. But if you look at how he views himself as the Iron Man, old school football, if he can play, he's going to play. That is kind of the way it's gone with Aaron Rodgers. We'll see if the Pittsburgh Steelers rule him out. Josh Jacobs now. Let's go to the Green Bay Packers. Knee injury. What are we hearing for Josh Jacobs? Obviously, massive piece of this Green Bay Packers offense since arrival from the Raiders.
They did test today. It was structurally sound, so that's encouraging. They're going to consider him week to week. I think it'll be challenging to have him play this week against the Vikings. But, again, they're not ready to rule him out just yet. But this is a tough guy, and he's usually out there. We'll see if he's going to be able to make it back this week. I think I'd be a little bit surprised. Emmanuel Wilson's played well, long season ahead. But he'll have a chance. They're not ready to rule him out just yet. We'll see how the week evolves. The good news for the Packers is not long-term, no surgery needed, and we'll see how soon he can make it back.
Shout out Rob Domofsky on the coverage there. Let's go down to Atlanta now. Penix seemingly out for the year is what's being chatted about.
Whoa.
Drake London also injured. Let's start with Penix, then go to Drake London. Is it Kirk Cousins' time in Atlanta for the rest of the way here?
I do not expect Michael Penix to play again this season. He suffered a knee injury here against Carolina yesterday. He's going through tests. They did find damage with his ACL. He has obviously had, this will be, if and when he doesn't come back this season, which I'd expect to be the case, this would be the 5th of 8 seasons in college and the NFL that he has been unable to finish a season due to a knee injury. And obviously the Atlanta Falcons have a lot invested in Michael Penix, limped off the field yesterday. The tests were not encouraging. It's not going to be good. I do not expect him to play again this season. And that means it's time for Kirk Cousins to step in, and this is why the Falcons have paid him. It's up to Cousins to try to save their season, and we'll see what he can do as the quarterback. But, again, Michael Penix not expected to be back again this season.
How about Drake London as we stay in the Atlanta Falcons injury report?
Week to week, I wouldn't expect him to play this week. They don't think it's serious. They don't think he's going to need surgery or anything like that. It sounds like it's a similar injury to the one that Brock Bowers had, where you need some rest sometimes before it's well. But at the very least, he'll miss this weekend. Look, now you're starting to get into an area with the Falcons. Like, they're not winning. If you're not winning and you're out of it, are you going to rush your guys back? And what's the sense in bringing back? Now, they're going to want him back, and they're going to keep fighting. But, yeah, I would think that he'll miss a little bit of time here.
Okay, the Falcons quarterback room was certainly talked about this offseason, 100 and some million, and then let's also use number 8 overall pick. Are you going to trade Kirk? Are you not going to trade Kirk? Now they're both playing. Kirk will be playing, and they're both out of it, basically, seemingly, whenever it comes to the playoffs. Let's go to another quarterback room that was certainly chatted about this offseason. Dylan Gabriel, who has been the starter for the Cleveland Browns for the last few weeks here, gets a concussion. Shedeur Sanders makes his debut with the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, it doesn't go great. Massive division game. game, Baltimore Ravens. Shador had a couple good throws, had a couple good moments, gets sacked, fumbles as well, throws a pick, some other stuff takes place. Obviously not the ideal position to be starting, but is there one of those when you're a backup quarterback? I saw obviously a lot of people learning about the way the NFL works and how backup quarterbacks don't get a lot of reps during the week. Obviously, why would we be taking any reps away from the starter when the starter is trying to win the football game? There's only so many reps we can get done. Why would we waste any on the backup quarterback? That'd be preparing for somebody to get injured, is kind of the NFL's thoughts. Now, did they know Dillon Gabriel was going to get hurt at some point? Should they have got Shador more reps? Maybe. Shador came out, handled it like a professional. Obviously, everybody is stuck up for Shador Sanders in this entire process. What do you think happens going forward here? Dillon Gabriel's team? Shador Sanders has opportunity? Like, what are your kind of thoughts on how this all plays out?
Yeah, well, you mentioned that the interesting part, which Kevin Stefanski acknowledged after the game yesterday, was that yesterday was the first time that Shador Sanders took a rep with the starting offense. Never happened all during training camp, all during the preseason, obviously during practice in the regular season. Those were the first reps. So as we talked about on Get Up this morning, that's the first time that the starting offensive linemen are hearing Shador Sanders' cadence out on the field. They don't know what it's like. They haven't been through any reps with him. And so the reps that the Browns had at the quarterback position went to Joe Flacco. They went to Kenny Pickett. They went to Dillon Gabriel. And none of them went to Shador Sanders, who all of a sudden found himself playing the Baltimore Ravens yesterday in the second half, having to step in and be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Now, Dillon Gabriel is in concussion protocol. And obviously most players who are there don't usually clear in a week. We're still waiting for C.J. Stroud to clear. And I think there's a real question as to whether he would go on Thursday night against Buffalo. I think there's a real possibility C.J. Stroud will miss his third straight game, and it'll be Davis Mills again on Thursday night. But Dillon Gabriel would have to pass in 1 week. And I would say the chances of that are not very likely, which would mean that Shador would be in line to take over as the Browns starting quarterback Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. And it could be Shador versus Geno Smith.
And that would mean Stefanski would be shaping the entire week around Shador Sanders, the starter, which they never do for a backup quarterback. So that is just kind of, I think, in real time, what everybody needs to know, like the reality of situation. And on that note, good luck, Shador. Here we go.
Good luck.
I'm finally giving him a damn chance. Jeez.
I'll have you know, he had 0 reps with the ones. Well, was he the number 1 quarterback? No, but okay. Go on.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Now, on that note, this week, let's go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And there's a couple moments in there. Confidence, comfortable, arm, obviously everything we've come to see and learn and love about Shador. Maybe Stefanski's able to make it work. Let's stay in the AFC North, shall we? Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Shefty, everyone's kind of said that, the Bengals are kind of circling Thanksgiving night potentially for Joe Burrow's return, but after yesterday they get killed, and then we'll see what happens with Jamar Chase. It looks like there's a chance he might get suspended next week against a tough Patriots team. Is there any chance that they decide to just keep him on ice? Because even, if they lose these next 2 weeks, what's the point of playing him on Thanksgiving?
Well, listen, I think that Thanksgiving always was going to be ambitious for him to get back by that night. I think the more realistic target date was the next week against the Buffalo Bills. But either way, the point is the same. They didn't win yesterday. They didn't beat Pittsburgh. Now Cincinnati plays again this week, and there's a real possibility that they'll be without Jamar Chase. If they don't win that game, then you go into Thanksgiving night on a 2-game losing streak, or however many games they've lost in a row here.
A bunch.
And at some point in time, you have to say, if we're not going to make the playoffs, why does it make sense to bring back Joe Burrow? Now, Joe Burrow is an athlete, and he's going to want to play, and he's worked really hard to get back. But common sense, logic, if they're not winning and they're out of the why are they bringing him back?
Well, are they going to be in the playoffs next year at any point? And then as soon as they get out of the playoffs, you're not going to play Joe Burrow? This is me, fan of Bengals, owner of Bengals, saying this. Because he's face of franchise. He is program. Now, granted, can a bigger injury take place and knock him out? For sure. But I think Yeah, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow. You got a completely healthy Joey Burrow just standing on the sideline while people are paying for tickets and stuff over there in Cincinnati. I think that's going to be a tough sell. But hey, Bengals will do it.
Yeah, they certainly will do it.
Bengals will do it. And on that note, Joey B, what we're saying is you're too tough for your own good is what the world is even considering in all of that. Now let's talk about being tough. Guess who's back? Back again. Brock is back. Tell a friend. Go ahead, D-Budge.
Brock Purdy's all the way back. Had a great game yesterday. Him and Christian McCaffrey. Did he get out of the game clean? And obviously he's the guy going forward. But what was the reports with 13 after the game?
He looked sharp. He looked great. And, again, he wasn't going to play until he had movement, until they felt comfortable with him back there. And he had enough movement and obviously looked really sharp yesterday. Arizona outgained San Francisco by over 200 yards in this game. And Jacoby Brissett threw an NFL record 47 completions, the record for a regular season game. But Brock Purdy came on, was hitting George Kittle, was hitting Christian McCaffrey, throwing for touchdowns, looking like he always did. He looked surgical out there, frankly, yesterday. And when he's playing at that level, they're a tough team to beat. And he played like that yesterday, throwing passes like that all day long. And, again, they're in the playoffs today. The Detroit Lions are not in the playoffs today. And San Francisco is playing. San Francisco is without so many key players like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner and all these great players that they've lost, and yet here they are battling and in a spot where they're competing for a playoff spot.
And they lost Brock Purdy for an extended period of time as well and still were able to win. Mac Jones did a lot for his stock, and who knows what happens down the road. Congrats to Brock coming all the way back and playing like that. We are happy for him. We thought maybe there would be a chatter for a long time, seemingly put to bed. You have about 30 seconds here, Shefty. What do we need to know about tonight, Dallas Cowboys, Las Vegas Raiders?
Well, Quinnen Williams makes his Cowboys debut tonight. DeMarne and Overshawn comes back tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's two big defensive additions. But let's be honest, it's going to be an emotional night for the Dallas Cowboys. This is the first game that they're playing since they lost their teammate Marshawn Nealon. They come off the bye. It's not going to be the same without him. He's going to be on everybody's minds. They're going to be wearing a helmet decal. They'll be wearing T-shirts to honor and remember him. And I would think that the Dallas Cowboys will play an emotionally inspired game this evening.
Yeah, I think so too. And anytime that happens, obviously perspective gets put into place as well quickly. Hopefully they're able to find some positive out of it all. We appreciate the hell out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Hey, Shefty.
That was a great hit by Shefty.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good hit by him.
Oh, yeah, nailed it.
Dare I say his... No. Is that his best there? No. A lot of info.
A lot of info.
A lot of injuries.
Hour 2 on the other side, we'll have A.J. Hawk and also Fernando Mendoza. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life.
But it is great to be down here in T-Town, Alabama. Now, let's do a little history here, shall we? This is, what's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby, you're a senior here, right?
That's correct.
And what is your major?
Chemical engineering.
Okay. Okay, have you ever kicked anything before?
No.
Okay, but you said you want to do it, not get somebody else because...
Yes, because I camped out for so many hours with my friend, and I got lucky enough to get picked, so let's go for it.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
All right.
We love that, Gabby.
Let's
go. $300,000 if you make this kick right here, Gabby, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
That seems fair.
I don't know what a chemical engineering degree costs, but hopefully that'll help towards it all.
My parents would love that.
Okay.
I'll throw in 200 as well.
He's throwing it to $500,000. All right, Gabby.
Okay.
Good luck. We're pulling for you. 33 yards. All you got to do is make the kick. Good luck, Gabby.
Okay. Thank you.
Any final thoughts?
I love you, Mom and Dad and brother.
Love that, Mom and Dad. Hope you have a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabby Mathis, chemical engineer, senior here at Alabama, will attempt to win $500,000.
Oh, it's come to this, huh? It's come to this. It's come to this.
Yeah, why'd you smack me in the face? Kirk just smacked me in the face. How about this? How about this, Gabby? If Kirk Herbstreit can throw that football through those uprights right there, we'll give you $300,000. Are you okay with that? $300,000. If Kirk Herbstreit can throw it through those uprights, former Ohio State quarterback.
Oh, boy.
No warm-up. Full suit for Gabby. Okay. Congratulations, Gabby. All right. It's getting even more pricey. Kirk Herbstreit, I did not know you had that in you. You son of a bitch.
Oh, that's great.
Gabby, it's for you, your mom, your brother, the whole family. Congratulations, and Kirk. Good on you, man. It was close. Back to you, Reese. Jeez. Way to go, Gabby.
I want a moment. You know, I love the fact that Gabby wanted the experience. You know, blue-eyed Buckeye still got a little sing in that arm of his.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, what? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this massive Overreaction Monday, November 17th, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is the greatest. We're lucky that we get to chat about it every single day. The Talks Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone is here. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here.
Yes, sir.
Super cool today.
Appreciate you.
That's cool fit today.
Pretty cool. Our turn.
What's that?
Do us now.
Whoa.
Those are cool.
Come on, do it. Come on, man, do us.
Hey, whoa.
Come on, just say it.
You guys look really cool today.
You do too, man. Top to bottom. Where'd you get that shirt?
Oh, thank you. This shirt?
It's a new shirt.
Yeah, it is a new shirt. Got sent over. Shot 412 boys, 1-11. They started cooking, you know what I mean? They started doing this like their J-Mo. Mm-hmm. You know, they started doing this.
Do they do the full J-Mo?
Like their J-Mo, like this with the shiesty on there, and they're working, you know, and then first down. You know,
if they put something on the back of that shirt, that would be really sick.
What do you mean?
Oh, sick, bro. Shit.
Oh, there is something on there. Did you see that?
Shit,
whoa.
man.
Yeah, they were really, you know, they were in there. Shot 412.
Hell yeah.
This got pitched a lot of things when I was back in Pittsburgh. A lot of things. A lot of people back in Pittsburgh.
I bet.
Pitching a lot of ideas. And Shot 412 has been doing our merch for a long time. I haven't really, you know, we haven't dove into the merch world as much, you know, because we've had issues in the past.
Sure.
People are paying an extra $15, $20 to get that thing in 3 to 4 days. They're not getting it for 3 to 4 weeks. Well, whose problem is that? Well, the warehouse certainly doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Hey, yeah, that's on you. Sorry about it. So all merch was just a bunch of emails telling me I'm the worst human of all time and I'm stealing their money. So enough with this. Yeah, if people end up at store.patmcafeeshow.com, they end up there. Like that is what it's going to be. We have stuff. We appreciate it. Shop 412 boys like, we want to take care of this. Let us help you out. So they pitch this jacket. Mm-hmm. Got us puffer jackets this weekend.
Ooh, love puffer jackets.
Might need that.
Hi. I don't think any of it's available, so I should not be wearing it, but it is all potential, is what they're saying.
Sure.
So I like this one because it's small, but it's not, you know.
Fits good.
It's not squeezing you.
Exactly.
Which I get right now.
This is a large. Well, we're getting into character months. We're getting into the personality months.
No doubt.
You know, it gets a little colder, maybe has a little different food.
Gotta turn these jokes up.
What's that?
Personality month. You know, you got to make sure it's going
you're saying something's got to be good?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Starting to get a lot of personality.
Yeah, bingo, yeah.
And I'm losing it.
Yeah, you can't have both.
Joining us now is a man who's the exact same weight now that he was when he was 21 years old.
Prick.
His frame has found that this is the right weight for him forever. So he's going to eat the exact same amount of rice particles, the exact same of dry, no flavor, bland-ass chicken every single day. And there's no changing.
No.
And he's going to live forever.
Yeah.
He's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawker, most consistent human that I know. How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not Dano. I know Dano, he definitely eats very, very clean. I actually eat real food and still enjoy it.
Okay.
You always say that, but I don't think you do.
What AJ's trying to say is, I'm okay hanging around people that eat real food.
Right.
Because some of the weirdos who are super healthy, really judge and shame and cast, a lot of negative vibes whenever you're eating delicious food around them and they don't eat it. You're a person that doesn't do that. You're like, yeah, we'll order from a place. What are you guys getting? Oh, burger, okay, pizza, sweet. Hey, do you have the chicken that tastes like ass? And that's your deal. That's why we're so impressed, because you don't want to bring down the party, but you do your thing. We are getting into personality season, which is also Toyotathon time. Even though we're presented by Ram Trucks, we understand Toyotathon is about a month in football that really matters. And there was 5 headlines coming out of the Sunday slate that we talked about. Number 5 was the Bears are the Kings of the North. Number 4 was Josh Allen is back. I don't know if you saw Josh Allen. Did you see him?
Yes, that was very fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, he's outrageous, especially when it turns out. I think the last time he did this, it was in the snow, so maybe he's a little bit more of a Buffalo football game. Now he runs for 3, throws for 3, and him and Otto Graham are the only ones in history that have done it. Euro step, finger roll, Deion Dawkins takes it home. I mean, they got 6 celebrations that are with their teammates as well. Yeah. Josh is special. He's an alien. Number 3 headline was Spitgate. Okay. Yeah. An investigation into the sullying of the sport of saliva, something along those lines. Sully is to defile or disrespect. Feels like everybody in the sports community thinks this is too far and you can't do it, AJ.
Yeah, spitting is definitely, it's like I don't know. It's definitely a thing in sports. I think you learn at a very, very young age, like, hey, don't let anyone spit on you, and you sure as hell don't spit on anyone else. I just think that's kind of like am I naive to think that's a thing you learn when you're young?
No, we all had the exact same thoughts over here. You had your thoughts over there. We got people from Boston here, Iowa, North left Canada, South right America, in South Florida, Pittsburgh. We all agree the same thing. And I saw people even in New York talking about wearing suits, talking about it, saying, hey, you just can't do it. So I think it's just kind of like an understood thing. It's been happening a little bit this season, though. Yeah. D-Butt said we got a little bit of an epidemic happening right now. I wonder what that could be from.
Yeah, I don't know about AJ, but I have been around too many instances, especially on a football field, where people have actually spit on another guy's face. If it has happened, it's one time it happened in college with the guy who's still on the network. On this network, we had some battles, and he spit on a teammate of mine. We had some issues, but outside of that, it rarely happens. So now, this year, I can remember 3 instances now where it's happened. So it's kind of a resurgence almost.
We don't like it.
Don't love it at all.
We don't like it. It would have been sweet if the ref, like an NHL ref, would have came in, saw him spit on him. Oh, wait, back up, boys. Do your thing.
Let them go.
Let the boys go. Let the boys go. All right, you, spitter, ejected. You, 15-yard penalty. Go ahead and take your seat. It'd be interesting because as soon as Jalen throws a right, ref has to eject him. Okay, like that's kind of the rules. But as soon as the spit happens, it should be the exact same as what everybody that's ever played the sport says. So who knows if the ref saw it or not. But it would have been epic if the ref would have said, all right, let me gather some information here real quick. What happened? Like a cop on the scene of the crime. Spit on me right here. You see this? Spit on me right here. Ooh, I do see. That looks like a loogie. Did you spit on this man? Oh, I didn't spit. What's that? Spit on him. Get the fuck out of here.
Had to be evidence.
Had to be. That was a big loogie. Now, maybe he was just talking, though, and he's a spitter like Sergeant Slaughter. We all know. Every once in a while, I'll even get something that'll come flying out.
Sure.
I feel terrible to whoever I'm talking to. I'm like, oh, you just ate something right there, right in your forehead. Oh, my God, that's 100% on me. There's a chance that is Jamar Chase's defense.
Sure.
Like, hey, I was just talking to him, and I was saying the word P pretty strong, so it looked like I was tightening my lips. But, boy, that's a lot of spit that ends up going to Jalen Ramsey right there, Age.
Yeah, it sure is. I would imagine Jamar. I know Jamar said he didn't do it. That has to be, right? Hey, I didn't even realize it. There was a heat of the moment. I had no clue it had even happened.
Here's what Jamar Chase said.
So, just to be clear, you did not spit on him at all. That's what he's saying.
I ain't spit on nobody.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Right.
Everything's being filmed, and I appreciate you deny till you die if you're Jamar Chase. They said, probable game suspension, but we would like to let everybody know this can't just become a thing. Like, this is not good. We can't just be starting fights in the middle of everything. Whenever sports in between the lines and in between the whistles is supposed to be something special. It's a sacred ground. You can turn anything into a fight if you just want to go spit on somebody's face.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
You think this is COVID's fault? Because you just couldn't spit in general during COVID and everyone just
acting out now?
Yeah.
Itching to spit.
Yeah.
That was interesting. What did you dippers do? You guys had to swallow whenever you guys
gutted
were chewing?
Yeah, I mean, Some dippers like gutting it just in general, so that really wasn't that big of a change. But yeah, you kind of forced to. Exactly.
The government kind of forced you guys to swallow your chew.
Exactly.
I mean, there's
a class action comment.
There's a potential conversation about that. But yeah, I mean, that is basically what it is, right? We all agree. You spit on somebody's face, it's a guaranteed fight.
Yes.
So,
The ref should have did a little more investigating there because they were standing there talking for 10, 15
there
seconds.
was quite the kerfuffle after
Yeah.
the spit. Like both 12 guys from each team got involved. There was a lot of jersey grabbing, so I assume the evidence got wiped away. That's kind of what I was.
Well, it's probably on some. It's probably hanging off somebody's glove. Yeah, just dangling off their
Cam was
arm.
holding back.
The number 2 headline was the Chiefs is not the Chiefs? Question mark is what I said. Exclamation point is what D-Butt said. Anything for that, AJ?
Yeah, I saw D-Butt with the exclamation mark. I mean, I can't be that confident to say they are not the Chiefs anymore because I just started thinking, what if they start to go on a run? They win 3, 4, 5 games in a row, and then what's everybody going to say? This is not a team you want to see in the playoffs. Don't let them get in. If they get in, they're going to make a run. Like, I could see that still possibly happening.
Yeah, there's a chance they're the Chiefs, right? That's basically what we're
no
saying.
doubt.
9 straight division titles. Is that what Schefter said?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to just imagine a world where it doesn't happen for the Chiefs. But boy, every time we watch them on film, we think to ourselves, that ain't the team.
I'll die alone on my island.
I don't like that negative island that you're on.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm not visiting that island.
Come on.
Good personality.
Hey, it's a good island over here.
Good personality. He's turning up.
Good island. Population 1.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if you're the only one. There's a lot of people out on the internet calling these Chiefs frauds, and I don't think they ever came out and said they're the Super Bowl champions. We all have just said exactly what the truth is. They're in the middle of a dynasty. That's what they are doing. They've proven it. They've already accomplished it. If it was to end right now, they would say that was a dynasty.
Yeah.
Now, is that what's happening right now? You're not saying
I'm not
forever.
saying that. I'm saying this season, I don't see the Chiefs making a run and being the Chiefs that we've seen.
Super Bowl odds, Sportsbook said we're not falling for that shit. They're
Yep,
plus
they are.
800 still for Super Bowl odds. That's the 3rd best odds in the entire NFL behind the Eagles and the Rams, which actually goes to the number 1 headline, the NFL's final play day. There was 5 games that ended on a final play with kicks happening. 7 teams came back to win after trailing in the 4th quarter, both of those tying an NFL record. It was special. Those were the 5 headlines basically we talked about. The things that we didn't get to that need to be chatted about. Debo, what is something that we didn't talk about that certainly needs to be recognized?
Something the Chiefs have had throughout this dynasty. The Patriots had it too. It was a great scoring defense, still top 5 in scoring defense right now. But outside of the Chiefs, who has like that championship level defense right here? Four of my favorite defenses right now. Obviously, not only the defense, they have great head coaches and also have offenses, I think, to get it done. The Broncos got to figure some things out. But you look at some characteristics from these different defenses. You start with the Broncos. Just a violent defense, best third down defense, leading the league in sacks by a wide margin. Talent from the front end all the way to the back end with the secondary. And through this little stretch, they've been missing the reigning defensive player of the year with Patrick Surtain. So when he gets back in the lineup, they'll be even better. And then the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champs, back-to-back week, they just held offenses to 7 and 9 points in the National Football League. That's tough to do. And once again, from the first level all the way to the back, they're on the same accord. They fly around, they make tackles, they do a great job communicating, they do everything that you want your defense to do. Then you got to go out west, the Los Angeles Rams. Violent front four. Lead the league in stunts right now and also do a great job on the back end, mixing things up coverage-wise. Tying in with that pressure up front and picking quarterbacks off. Sam Darnold, who's kind of been on a great run this season, he looked pretty shitey against the Rams defense. This was a fight for first place in that division, and they picked on him. 4 interceptions against Sam Darnold the last time they touched the field. And then the defense that's kind of flying under the radar because of how great Drake May and the offense is doing is the New England Patriots. It always starts in the trenches. I think the best interior tandem with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore in there. They're unbelievable. Then you got Gonzo, a top-flight corner who can follow the number 1 wide receiver. And then you got a bunch of other guys who just fly around and do their job. We know what Vraves is, the defensive mind he is. He took more ownership of the defense because the defensive coordinator has been dealing with some health issues this year. They've been great flying around. So those defenses, I think, in tandem with everything around them, I think those are the championship-level defenses right now.
AJ, we got a Hembo stat about championship defenses and how important they've been over the last couple of years as opposed to maybe in the past. So obviously this past Super Bowl, both defenses were ranked in the top 5. In 2023, the year before this past past Super Bowl. Both defenses ranked in the top 5. That had not happened in back-to-back Super Bowls since 1973, 1974. Is now becoming ever more evident that you need to have a defense to be able to win the big one, AJ, in your eyes? And do you think there are championship defenses kind of separating themselves from the pack right now?
Yeah, I think some teams are definitely starting to separate themselves and kind of feel they're gaining their identity as a defense. I mean, one defense we left out, the Bears defense. They're a little under the radar as well. I think they're plus 16 in turnover margin.
Yep.
Now that also is because Caleb, I think, only has 4 picks, but the Bears D, they can take the ball away, which is huge. But yeah, you have to have, like, you're going to need your defense at some point in the playoffs, I think, to get a win. You're going to need a big stop. It's going to be some kind of moment where your offense needs the ball back, whatever it may be. You got to get a turnover. You're going to have to rely on your defense. I feel like at least one of those playoff games or the Super Bowl if you want to actually win it.
Isn't that interesting that, and we talk about this with the trenches all year with AQ Shipley. It's like if you want to win the Super Bowl, okay, like be good, we got it. Like, and this is kind of the question about the Buffalo Bills. And we don't want to, throw it into the conversation, especially with how special yesterday was for Josh Allen. But if you're going to want to win a Super Bowl, there's a couple things you're going to need, okay? Your quarterback's going to have to make like a 17-yard dot on the sideline at some point. There's going to be a 3rd and 13 or a 4th and 13 that your quarterback is going to have to be able to just make a timing throw. Like, that's going to have to happen if you want to win a Super Bowl. You're going to have to be able to run the ball. Okay, you're going to have to be able to run the ball at some point if you want to win a Super Bowl. You're going to have to close out a game, clock at some point during the playoff run into the Super Bowl if you want to win. And you're going to have a defense get a stop at an opportunistic time. And seemingly, there's some defenses that can't do it, and there are defenses that can do it. And if you want to win the Super Bowl, I think a good thing to keep an eye on as the season goes late is like which defense can win a Super Bowl. That is, it's not
defense / special teams now, especially this past week. We're seeing people when the kickoff is absolutely in play and it might look like poop, but it has added a key element to this game like that. It truly matters. I cannot wait to see in the playoffs how this will affect the outcome of game.
Because you have to throw a strike. We chit-chatted about it like being like baseball. Like, hey, you got to get out of a game. You got to cover a kick here. If you don't cover a kick, you will lose. This happens to the Vikings right here. In another game, I think Bucker hit a kickoff short. Yep. I think it didn't make it in there, so that ball is at the 40. I mean, you're talking about, to your point, defense and special teams executing in big moments is going to be what takes somebody to the Super Bowl and what loses people in the playoffs, we think. And I think they're starting to separate from each other.
Yeah, and there are teams who have shown, early on here that they just can't figure it out. Like, they'll maybe take a field goal lead with like a minute left, and instead of trying to put it in play, they just kick it out of the back of the end zone, and that's still starting at the 35, and then you're kind of playing soft coverage because you want to keep everything in front of you, and then before you know it, the other team is in field goal range with 20 seconds left, and it's like we're seeing a lot of these field goal leads just not be safe when in years past it's like a lot of those times with a minute left, if you don't have one of those elite quarterbacks, you'd be thinking like, oh, we're good, we're gonna be in a good position. That hasn't been the case this year.
Yeah, and the Indianapolis Colts didn't play, so out of sight, out of mind, right?
Good, very good defense. All Pro Mooney coming back. Sauce Gardner, he'll get acclimated. And since AJ definitely mentioned the Bears, who leading the league in turnovers, the Packers also a great defense. Seahawks a very good defense as well.
Didn't win. So there was qualifiers for the Grants.
The Texans obviously missing the quarterback. They, I don't see that offense being competitive, but they are the best defense in the league right now. So those are the qualifiers that kind of left them off to that list.
You heard what Schefter said about C.J. Stroud over there?
Yeah.
3 weeks, he's about to be up for concussion?
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of been the thing already, I guess, with, I don't know if the concussion protocol has changed, but they've basically said, like, hey, a concussion now, like a confirmed concussion is basically a 2-week injury, but something must be real bad or something's got to be going on if you're going to be missing 3 games for it.
Yeah, we hope C.J. Stroud, obviously massive. Yeah. It was a two-sider that he took for sure, but we hope he's okay. Honestly, we genuinely hope he's okay. The Texans were one of the games that ended on its final play. 5 of them, AJ, with walk-off kicks. And by the way, they made them all. The kickers made them all. Now, there was 8 missed extra points. Okay, there were some windy games out there. Okay, there were some windy games. And that's, hey, once again, November, December, in a lot of these cities, football cities, there's a change in weather. And what changes the weather? Oh, the wind has to bring it in. You see, I don't know much about how it all works, but I did grow up in a town where DiNardo was the weatherman.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I basically get it. And what I need to say is for something to be really hot and then really cold, something's going to have to blow that shit, and it's wind. And boy, some of these cities, their weather's always changing. It's seemingly never stopping. Something's always on the way, okay? That is why there's no sun. And that thing that's on the way is being brought there by They were showing those kicks.
Oh, man.
Last night, pregame, those things were blowing a full upright. I think it was blowing a full upright from one side to the other. And then whenever you think about the other games are taking Cleveland, yeah, right. It wasn't really being chatted about as a national storyline. Obviously, that entire storyline is Dillon Gabriel gets a concussion. Shedeur Sanders comes in. It doesn't go great. Did you know that backup quarterbacks don't get a lot of reps during the week, AJ?
Yes, I guess I'm surprised to know that everyone assumed that everyone gets equal reps. Yes, I knew and assumed that number one quarterbacks take every single rep.
Yes, we're trying to get as good as possible with what we're about to field out here. So every rep literally counts. Now, should they have been viewing who is starter differently? You can certainly argue that. But the backup quarterback's in a bad spot because it's not his offense. Yeah. That's
a tough spot. It's a really tough spot.
That's why it's
thrust into the game. Yeah.
That's why.
Kind of the point.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah, it's a very difficult job. That's why these backup quarterbacks have jobs for a long time because they're able to make every read, so they're able to give a good look to the defense.
Yep.
They're able to make every single throw. They're able to understand the offense. They're normally good politicians, too, in a locker room. Mm-hmm. Good mediator between starting quarterback room, and rest of the locker room. I mean, a backup quarterback has a lot of jobs trying to make the starting quarterback better. That is what the backup quarterback is to do.
Extra set of eyes on the sideline.
Homework assignment.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, will you go check out this film, 3rd and Long with this team? Is there any tells that the corner does or the safety has or there's any lineup? Like, that's a backup quarterback's job in the NFL. Now, I don't know how they're handling it with 2 rookies because Shedeur is obviously trying to figure it all out as he goes. So him trying to do a homework assignment for somebody else who also has to try to figure it out, I don't know what that kind of relationship is. But the backup quarterback job isn't like getting reps in practice. The reps they're getting as Lamar Jackson. He is going against the defense. He's operating Baltimore's offense. So whenever you see a backup quarterback come in and ball, know that, yes, that is very impressive. Everybody is surprised. And the only real upside is that the defense doesn't know you. The defense doesn't really know. Your team knows you much more than the other team, but it's not your offense. It's not something you've repped. It's not like your cadence. None of it is. You're doing somebody else's. Now, if he was to be the starter this week, this is his team now. All of a sudden in the meetings.
Much more prepared. He will be much more prepared, yes.
Yes, and on that note, we can't wait to watch.
Yeah.
I am very excited to watch if he is starting.
Starts with protections.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest thing, and AQ can obviously speak to that much more than I can, but you got to be able to protect and pick him out. And you can tell as soon as Shedeur came in the game, and even with Dillon, but as soon as you get a rookie in there, you're bringing all the blitzes, you're bringing the wraparounds, you're bringing the stunts, you're bringing disguised coverages because you just want to make him have to figure out as much as possible. Usually what helps backup quarterbacks, you mentioned it, you don't have a book on them, or they can use mobility or something to kind of just go off script and do that. But when you don't have that against a defense like this in week 12 right now, this defense has been talking and communicating and scheming shit up all season long. So it's a tough spot to be in for anybody. Hopefully they figure that out. We'll see how it is going forward.
Shedeur rookie, okay? Yep. So obviously the way is Dillon Gabriel is as well, and the Cleveland Browns offense has been what it's been. But do we believe in the Ravens defense again? Because remember, they were asked a long time. Do we believe in the Ravens? Have they got to a place where we think maybe championship defense alongside if they're able to go on a run?
I'm not there yet. No way.
I think they can get there. I think they're good. I think they can get there. First, Kyle Hamilton also got screwed out of a college fumble. They blew the whistle on him. It bounced out of bounds. It didn't matter. But we got to hold the whistle for a second when we have a guy held up.
Please, this is on purpose right now. What you're seeing is a skill and a talent. This is not some just, we're making the game ugly. No, magic's about to happen. This is taught, repped, and schemed for big brain football. Let's not blow it dead. Let's get some people with whistles that maybe have a little sense, okay? Yeah. A little feel. Yeah.
Like the Arizona guy.
Oh, Trey McBride, okay. Okay, Trey McBride obviously deserves the penalty in that entire situation. Makes a huge catch. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Whoa, can't do it. Huge catch. Runs a guy over. Massive moment. Jacoby, 47 receptions. He talks about it. Boom, and first this guy says, you kidding me? He followed his head.
Yeah. What? Hey, get back here.
You know you can't do that.
What'd I do?
You know you can't do that.
Show me what I did.
And he throws it in.
He's saying he holstered the gun. He holstered the gun. Is that what
he's going to show him?
I believe they're talking. I believe, the ref will let us know what.
But then here. Oh, never mind.
No, it's this one, I think, brother.
Yeah, you can't.
That's all. It's all that. That's all because of that.
Yep.
Well, because people used to say, "We like to party."
Watch this.
We like to party. We like to party. I believe that is why that is not allowed. because I think it has something to do with getting energy throughout an evening in a bad way.
I want to see that in the rule book then. I want to see that if he gets a fine, I need to see that typed out.
CeeDee Lamb has done this twice. This is kind of his thing. He's done it twice this year. They gave him a penalty both times, and then I guess the reaction out of CeeDee was like, geez.
Guess I can't do it
You guys are really doing this. So he hasn't done it. That was like his thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was like legitimately his thing in its entirety. Trey McBride immediately after this would get into a scuffle, get punched in the face and everything else. Penalty only on him, nobody else.
Yep.
That was quite a scene there, but obviously the refs are trying to get some things out of the game. I did see maybe a couple double barrels happening in other places. They did not call that. I'm like, okay, let the boys have their fun. Let the boys have their fun. We'll never forget whenever they started cracking down on the gun celebration. There was like a D3 college one where the team was down 24 points or something like that. Old buddy pass breakup, puts the seatbelt on, strapped him up. Then he lifts up his shirt, pulls gun out of pants, shoots guy in back multiple times, puts gun back in pants, puts it down. Ref throws a flag. What?
What did I do?
Can't do that.
That was a great play. That was a great play. What are you talking about? Yeah. Shot him right in the back of his head, too.
Dylan Stewart over Jackson Dart last year.
Yeah. Everybody in football is like, all right.
Yeah, that's too much.
We get what you're trying to do. Let's move along here. Pittsburgh Steelers get a huge win here, A.J. Hawk. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers' wrist is a big topic of conversation. Mount Washington, Darnell Washington out of Georgia, 6'7", 300 and whatever pounds. Tight end who can also operate as a tackle, who can throw you from the Monongahela to the Allegheny and then run you over like the Ohio. That's Mount Washington there. Now, this guy, I was a big fan of whenever he was at Georgia. Obviously, he was behind Brock Bowers, but we had the opportunity to be on the field for a couple of different Georgia games. And whenever this dude walks by, you go, holy shit. What can this guy do? He can catch, he can run, he can block, he can do it all.
That last one.
Remember whenever they said his knees were bad, though? His knees might be bad. He's 6'7", 320, and he's running like this. Yeah, I'm assuming his knees aren't perfect. There's a chance that he's mentally tougher than you, though, and can battle through it. Special talent they got up there in Pittsburgh, and I like the fact that Artie and Aaron love it just as much as us, it feels like.
Look at Geno Stone. Geno Stone, I guess, could have tried to go low, but right here, I give old Turner credit for trying to punch that ball out, knowing how big he is, and he's just rumbling down the sidelines looking to kill somebody. I mean, you have no chance. Geno Stone, I guess, yeah, you could probably go low, you have to, but right here,
come on, Geno. That was
bad that would hurt.
His Geno.
Yeah, but you go low, though.
You gotta go low.
You're in a tree trunk.
You might get my chance with that guy.
What's he listed at?
Like 2
right there.
He ain't 2 nothing. He listed 270.
Let me see.
Because we saw him in training camp.
He was about to jump him. He was about to jump him, honestly.
260. Okay.
So they haven't
Washington was about to jump the last one. He really was.
Yeah, I think so.
Watch him lift his knee towards the end of this last one, right? And he's going to go. He was about to jump him.
As a big man, you know how many times people try to saw him off at his knee. I'm assuming he's got a good leap. I'm assuming there's a well-timed jump over, which would be special to see this large of a human flying through the sky. But him just getting the rock is awesome. You know, we chit-chat about this Pittsburgh Steelers offense whenever they were doing well. They would have an extra offensive lineman in. It wasn't actually an extra offensive lineman. It just looked like it. It was him. He was being used as an extra offensive lineman. He's a road grader, this guy. So not only does he have the capability of doing this, and not only is he unguardable because he's 6'7" and this big, it's like he's a massive piece of protection for Aaron and for them running the ball. Did Pittsburgh Steelers prove anything to us yesterday, A.J. Hawk? Did they prove anything to you? And ultimately, we'll ask Tone if they proved anything to the Pittsburgh fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's having Mason Rudolph there. That is a big benefit to. I mean, I think Tone has definitely questioned over the years why they have kept this guy around. Well, this is why, because he can step in and help you win a football game. Now, I don't know how bad Aaron's wrist is. Luckily, it's his left wrist, and I don't know how bad that would have to be to keep you out for multiple weeks if it's your off, your non-throwing hand. I'm not sure how it works, but yeah, Mason Rudolph, the Steelers, I think they definitely have a chance.
Yeah, and Aaron, we know this. Not a lot of people think this about Aaron, and by a lot of people, I know the people that just aren't fans of his. Like, he does view himself as old school tough quarterback. Like, that is how he views himself. That is how he likes to operate. I think he's proven that. Oh, yeah. There was a game in London where he got scorpioned. Like Baker Mayfield kind of scorpioned himself yesterday. Yeah. But, like, he got scorpioned, and then, like, I think there was a turnover the next play. He goes back on the field, like, can barely walk, has no idea where somebody is, already 4-time MVP already, everything like that. Like, Aaron takes a lot of pride in being a tough guy, even though people don't really give him credit in that. So to AJ's point right there, and that's AJ who's either talked directly to Aaron and shit-talked him or not, he said, in his non-throwing arm, if you're going to miss multiple games, I don't think so. That's AJ talking shit to Aaron through our show right now, but Aaron also is feeling the exact same way.
Yeah, I mean, there was the Bears game to start the season probably like 6 years ago, or he like hurt his knee bad, and, you know, a lot of people were saying like, hey, this could be like a several-week deal, but it was the opening night. It was Sunday Night Football, so he got all shot up, came out and basically played the second half on one leg, and just stuff like that, really outside of the few times where he broke his collarbone with the Packers. Like, he was dinged up a decent amount, but yeah, if he can go, he's going. He's not missing games.
Yeah, last year in Green Bay, didn't he break his throwing thumb?
Yes,
and he was still playing through a broken thumb, and that's like a situation where, hey, your play is going to look so bad that people are going to start saying that you've lost it and everything.
Long
So if this is in his left hand, it's almost like, hey, I play for Pittsburgh, so I got to show these Pittsburgh people how tough I am, not just say how tough I am, and I feel like this is a great time for him to show that.
He wanted to go back out.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. No way, dude. What are you talking about? We don't even really know. Yeah, I got to go back out there. Just because that's ingrained in who he is. It's a different generation here now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, one of the last of a dying breed here in the NFL.
Doubt.
And he'll go out on his shield.
He will.
He will go out on his
That's
shield.
important, though. That left wrist. Ball security, especially brace yourself when you're falling. Like,
put a club on it. What if he puts a club on it? He somehow finds a way to handle the ball with a club.
Once again, this is him talking shit.
With just his little fingies sticking out of the club, though. Just a couple fingies out.
So he has to and put tape the glove on here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
So that there is some sticky on it, and just absolutely do it. But there's so many pieces of life as a quarterback that is your offhand.
Yeah. And ball handling is like a massive part of his game, too.
He'll figure it out. Age, tell him to tape it up, right? Put Tylenol in there.
I think he will. Yeah, rub some dirt on it, tape a few Tylenol or Advil to your skin.
Yeah, good luck. We're pulling for you. Now let's talk about the midnight mode being able to exist more than just one day. Rams, Seahawks, NFC West thriller. We are all pumped up about what this game could be. Sam Darnold, MVP-like season. Matthew Stafford, MVP-like season. Seahawks, way ahead of schedule. Rams, how are you guys still this good with everything that you've done? Two different storylines coming into the game. And what we found out was Midnight Moan lives on. Devontae Adams still unguardable down on the goal line. One team has the tush push. A lot of hanky-panky with the tush push.
Quite a bit.
They're playing a little handsy down there.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the neutral zone playing handsy.
Yeah,
out there. I mean, there was that going on. Tush push obviously does what it does, but Devontae Adams down there is just as effective as the tush push. Because they have Puka Nacua, and because they have 14 tight ends, it seems like, and because they have multiple backs that are incredible. Tyron's unbelievable, seemingly. Because of all the weapons they have, Devontae, they have to go one-on-one with him. They have to go one-on-one with him. No help. So it's just Devontae one-on-one with a corner down the goal line. That's a guarantee. This is just like when Gronkowski was with the New England Patriots. They would flank out Rob Gronkowski. If it was one-on-one, who cares what this play call was? Jeez. Go ahead, Gronky, do what you got to do. And then Gronk would just cook, and he was wide open. Same thing for Devontae. Devontae just, one of these, I'm going that way. Boom, one of those, I'm going this way. And then if you're good, DB could be great. This is your second or third DB. If he could be a great athlete and he gets them both, Devontae will somehow, no hands, hit you with one of those, and then he's gone. Houdini. He's out of nowhere, and that's a touchdown. And Matthew Stafford's not missing. Like, he's not going to miss one of these opportunities. He's phenomenal. They're phenomenal. And their punter might have had the best play of the entire damn game. Ethan Evans, we've seen this guy squat, I think, like 600 pounds and shit all over his Instagram. And when they needed it, fourth quarter, up 2. Need a long field for Sam Darnold. He's thrown 4 picks, but he could get hot. Picture, perfect, end-over-end coffin corner. So he literally did both here. He did the new school and the old school. Less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Ethan Evans, let's fucking go, buddy.
Huge. Unbelievable.
That's huge for the brand. 42 is still an interesting number, but giving them at least 60 yards 50, 60 yards. Jason Myers ends up missing a 61-yard field goal, ends up pushing it right, and it may be even a little bit short. But if that's even at the 5 or the 10, which is be considered a good kick, a good pooch kick, that's a whole different ball game. Huge out of Ethan Evans and the Los Angeles Rams. And we talk about offense being able to go. We talk about defense being able to go, and clearly special teams able to go too, D-Bud.
Yeah, with how cagey this match was, this was huge. Rarely do you say like a game-winning punt, but this was as close as it'll get. Obviously, the defense has to go out there and get some stops and do their job as well. But this is huge. When you're setting your defense up and setting that opposing offense up where they have to go the length of the field, that's a big-time play. I mean, unbelievable execution. I thought that was one of the best plays of the day yesterday.
Yeah, I like the way we're talking about it. I like the way we're talking about these punts. We like big old punts, so we can't all lie. Ain't that right, AJ?
We do. I think maybe some casuals are seeing how important special team play is, especially like down the stretch when games truly matter. Like this is a game defining play right here. Like you're going to point to this as one of the reasons they won.
Yeah, and Sean McVay is going to give him a game ball. And, he certainly earned it. Go ahead.
What are the rules right there for the punt return? I know that's Rashid Shaheed, been there a couple weeks now, but are they like putting their heels on a certain yard line and letting it go? Like what are they being taught?
Go back to the beginning there. Where's the line of scrimmage? Line of scrimmage is the 49. So he was at about like the 8. I would say 7 or 8. Used to be the 10, but now because guys are getting better and better at it all, you use 7 or 8 yard line. If it's in front of you, we catch it. If it's behind you, you try to distract or block. And then if it goes out of bounds at the 1, you just kind of look at everybody and say, wow, that was a pretty damn good ball. That was a pretty damn good ball right there. So, yeah, my goal every time we were down in that area there, I was trying to hit it to like the 8 yard line, 7 yard line. Guaranteed fair catch, basically, because that's where they're standing. And if you hit it a little bit further, you might have a chance to be able to steal one inside the 5. A little bit shorter, probably fair catch at the 10, which is considered a success. There's some guys, though, that go for it. Like, there's guys that go for it on a regular basis. I think Ethan was going for this because he hit it very far. So I appreciate him doing that. Now, granted, if that's a touchback, that comes out to the 20. It's a whole ball. So it's like kind of a give and take. There's risk assessment happening at basically all times whenever you're going out there. Okay, do I need to hit this thing 37 yards? Or do I need to maybe go for this and maybe hit this 39 yards? I hit this 39 yards, there's a chance we get a good bounce. Ooh, also a chance we get a shite bounce. You know, because that thing, obviously you're trying to get a better luck for the bounce so you can hit a slow back spinner. So you hope that thing will check up, but there's a chance that hits the point and shoots straight in the end zone. So it's not like 100%er that thing's going to check up perfectly. So shout out to Ethan, shout out to the Rams, and shout out to their fans that bought those jerseys. Could never wear it again, you know, if you lose.
Right.
Now you can rock it.
As a punter, do you know right away when it's coming off your foot, like, okay, this has a chance, or is he waiting to see where it lands? Like, can you see the rotation on the ball? Like, okay, if this lands, not in the end zone, this thing is going to check up.
If it has a slower rotation, better chance it's not going to go into the end zone.
Okay.
Slower rotation, though, harder to control how far it goes. So if you see that thing spinning pretty slow, or if it starts turning a little sideways, that thing turns sideways in the air, it's like, ooh, okay, now we got a chance for the sideways bounce in that whole thing. Once again, though, there's everything kind of is a give and take. Harder to control distance whenever you have a slower rotation or side spin.
Now, are you trying with the slower rotation? Is that less leg speed, or is that
no? It's way
drop of the ball?
Way you drop the ball. Yeah, you drop the ball.
Can you drop it to try to make it bounce sideways out of bounds? Like, do you ever drop it like that?
Yeah, so there's a banana ball that guys are.
Okay. Beautiful, baby Duke.
This is nice, baby Duke here. So, the Aussies brought this one into here, kind of end over end punt. And you can swing harder and it won't go as far, and it would seemingly, like a kickoff, go higher. Fair catch machine, or if it hits the ground, you get a chance for this thing to kick up. Now, because it's spinning backwards like this, you see, there's always a chance that thing hits and boom, 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 still goes. It's an oblong ball. You can't control this thing perfectly. But the slower it goes, you see, the longer it is where? On its flatter sides, you see? So then there's a chance that it catches up for you. The issue with that is to hit it a little bit slower, you got to tilt that thing like that, which shrinks the size of a sweet spot. So now you're potentially hitting a shit ball. So whenever you get both, you're in a good spot. The banana ball now, this is something that the Aussies do that I'm very, very impressed with. I think they do it since their births. I think they do it as a child. So there's sometimes where you're getting a kick to kind of potentially pull it through the big post there to get it, and you got to turn that son of a bitch sideways. So they have this like banana ball that they start hitting that like kind of turns it sideways, and their ball is bigger sweet spot. So then Johnny Hecker, I think, started doing it back in the day because he was real talented. And then for me, I'd potentially hit that thing 7 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. But if I hit it far enough, that thing was coming down. It was spinning, and it was coming down like in a kind of like a Australian
boomerang.
Boomerang.
Oh, okay.
That thing's coming down, tough to catch, and then when it hits the ground, it's going sideways. So, the banana ball really changed the game. I think guys have much more control with it. But this bad boy right here is what everybody went to, as opposed to coughing, cornering everything, because you got guys running 4.3s off the edge now. So you got a lot of guys coming off the edge that are like 4.4, 4.5, and they're all like 6'2", 6'3". So they understand that if they block a punt, going to win the game probably. So they started really taking that a lot more serious. So the coffin corner, guys used to just like take the snap, and then they would just like walk. They would have nothing. There would be like no pressure basically, and they would walk that thing sideways, and they would hit it out of bounds. This is really good. It's like nowadays they are
short corner.
They are trying to get you right there. So this one just became a quick, let's go ahead and put it in the middle and let's kind of handle it. There's also punt blocks that basically they're telling everybody that they're preparing for the fake, okay? So if they keep the starting defense on the field and they go punt safe, and everybody on there is screaming it, their sideline and everybody on the field is saying, safe. They're telling the other team, hey, you guys are going to have to punt this. MCDC says, I don't care.
Fuck that, man.
I'm running it, man. I'm running it. Did you see what happened last
I did not.
They run snap to the PP. The starting defense for the Philadelphia Eagles is on the field. It was very evident that literally everybody in Philly was like, safe, telling the Detroit Lions, hey, you're not right. Look at how many guys they got in the box right there. They're literally just, that is literally punt safe.
Hey,
I think it's called everywhere, right?
Yep.
Punt safe.
Punt safe.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing punt safe is, AJ, I guess you would be able to talk to this as well, is just make sure the punt gets off, right? That's basically the only thing.
Edge rushers force a punt. Force them to get rid of that thing.
Everybody else fake. Everybody else waiting for fake, basically.
You sub the free safety out for a punt returner so they can field the punt, but everything else is just, hey, we got one, you got two. It's just regular defense.
And literally everybody on the field is saying it. Like, I know punter. I know when punt safe is happening on the other side. It's like, okay, this is great news. Okay, we just come out here. They're not going to, we can't fake anything, but also probably not a lot of heat here. And our guys aren't going to be able to get down as fast because of the holdup that is about to take place. So I can kind of take my sweet-ass time here and hit a good ball, let our gunners kind of do our thing, because guess what the corners aren't doing? They're not getting a holding call. They're not getting anything like that. They're actually probably letting the guys go.
Yeah, a lot of times you look at that clip, you see the corners, they're backed off because, once again, you're trying to play that fake, so we want to kind of see everything. You don't want your back to the ball and just throw a fade ball. So
literally,
the corners are like off down here at the bottom, press up top.
Don't let a fake happen. That is all we are out here for. That is literally this entire thing. So I was kind of confused by that. They're coming after MCDC today.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying everything. It was a tough day on fourth down for the Lions, okay? 0 for 5 on trying to convert, 0 for 6 if you count the fake punt. They had to try it all because I'll tell you what, this Eagles defense is absolutely incredible.
Okay.
The best defense I've seen the Lions play under the MCDC era.
Okay, so you play the best defense that you've seen, and you put your special teamers in there to try to get a yard.
They like their guys, though.
Get Goff the hell out of here. This guy's got 2 gloves on. It's cold. You can't play.
Whenever you see that.
Oh, it's not.
I don't love this unless that's your normal gimmick. That's your Teddy 2 gloves or somebody.
Kurt Warner got into it. Roethlisberger got into it.
He's always done it in cold games, for what it's worth.
Don't love it.
Peyton got into it late in his season.
Yeah,
Well,
he had
that's
the
'cause
big leather ones.
He couldn't feel his hands a little different.
Nerve damage. Had to get into it. Yeah. A lot of reasons. But anyways, what we're saying is a lot of decisions out of the Lions that I think we all go, that's kind of a head scratcher. But in the end, if they don't get screwed over with a pass
That's
right.
Thank you. Win the game.
Defense gave them a chance. Lions had a shit. Your offense or your team goes for it 6 times on fourth down, you don't get it. You still hold a team, any team, to 16 points. Like that's an impressive outing for a defense.
They can't do this.
Bullshit.
You can't do it.
Can't do it.
That is
Now, which part do you think they called it on? Just so I can
Right
get
there.
mad at the
Grabbing
right
that left hand. Grabbing the left hand. That's what they called on, didn't you, at the very end?
At the end?
Watch. I don't think
Right there.
I think it's a terrible call, but I think right there they called it because he's holding that left wrist.
Look at it.
Or
He's got eyes on
his
it,
right
too.
wrist.
That guy's got eyes on it. All
does he
right.
throw?
Let's not judge these refs on a few bad calls that they certainly made this weekend and we need to not see anymore.
Sure.
Okay, especially on third down, less than 2 minutes left in the game. Huge game, primetime game. You're not the show. We're here to watch the show. Get the hell out of the way. On that note, we appreciate your service to ball.
Yep.
AJ didn't clap. AJ hates refs.
Doesn't care.
That is how AJ.
I didn't see AJ Brown even crying for the call or pleading for the call. You know that's the situation. Like when that's the case, you know it's probably a rough call.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's pivot away from the NFL. And the refs trying their best. Need you to be better in big moments, but trying their absolute best. Let's pivot to college football. And the award that kind of puts you in the folklore of history, the Heisman. And who would have thought that there's a man playing quarterback for the Indiana Hoosier football team?
Hell yeah.
That is currently the front runner. Fresh off a game in which he was 22 of 24 for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Pretty efficient.
Well, it's not just that game. It's every game. Go back last week, maybe the catch of the year, maybe the drive of the year. And that's not the only one. There's 4 fourth-quarter comebacks to win the game, led by this man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just Fernando Mendoza. It's potentially Heisman Mendoza.
Hello.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? How are you, brother? Life good? Is this what you imagined it was going to be whenever you decided to transfer from Cal to Kurt Cignetti's Indiana Hoosier team? Is this what you all envisioned together? Because watching you has been very special this season, brother.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you guys so much for having me on the show. Yeah, I would say it's been a whirlwind. It's been crazy, and I can't thank Hoosier Nation enough for welcoming me in. Mr. McAfee, I know your wife, Mrs. McAfee, is a Hoosier, so shout out to her.
Hell yeah.
Hoosier Nation's been incredible to me. Coach Cignetti's been incredible to me, and it's been a journey. Like you said, we've had a ton of fourth quarter comebacks this year, but I mean, it's only been because we have such great guys in the locker room, and it's been an amazing journey so far.
Okay, so whenever you're getting pitched and sold to come to different schools, I assume, because this is the way college football is, especially with an incredibly talented quarterback like yourself with the special year you guys had at Cal. What did Cignetti sell you on? Because his idea, I think, of winning is like, hey, I want to find the guys that maybe still have a lot of room to grow. He wants to coach up. He wants accountability. Was that something that drew you to Indiana, or what specifically was the reason for why you picked the Hoosiers? We're all very thankful, including my bride, obviously.
Yeah, I would say you hit the nail right on the head. Indiana and Coach Cignetti really sold me on becoming the best Fernando Mendoza possible. And also, while having my little brother here, Alberto Mendoza, I was able to get the good, the bad, the ugly of the situation. The transport nowadays, it's like speed dating. And there's a couple other blue bloods in the mix. But with the way I saw Alberto develop and Coach Cignetti really selling me on, hey, I don't know exactly. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen with this season, but I promise you, if you come to my school instead of the other schools, you're going to be the best Fernando Mendoza quarterback that you can become. And at that point, I was sold. I'm like, let's go. Ready to be a Hoosier.
Hell yeah. We love that. Good sell, Sig. Good sell, Sig. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Fernando, you seem to be so very mature and really squared away, as they say, and have the right things on your radar. Is there any players around the country in college or NFL quarterbacks that you might lean on that you talk to, or that you even try to model your game after?
Yeah, there's a ton of quarterbacks across, past, present, and even in the future in college that I look and watch their film. Past, I would say Tom Brady. That's my guy. I grew up watching him. He's my football idol. My parents are my character model and idol, but Tom Brady, that's my football idol. Funny enough, I was actually able to talk to Daniel Jones, my fellow Indiana quarterback, this past week. And actually, in the Wisconsin game, I got a little bit of a black eye here. Nothing compared, because I was trying to be like him and get the bloody mouth and stuff, but wasn't able to. But I was able to talk to him, and I've been able to talk to some great people throughout this crazy season. So just really been thankful for it all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably want to talk to you, bro. Let's go back to the throw with Omar Cooper Jr. and the catch and that entire drive. You guys get sacked on the first play of that drive. Must have, got to have it. As you're throwing, obviously through the entirety of the drive, you're dot. And then the throw to Omar Cooper Jr. here. What is your thoughts? You're throwing this to the crossbar, only where your guy can get it? What is going through your mind before you let this one go? And after you see the replay, what do you say immediately to Mr. Omar Cooper Jr.?
Catch of the year. That guy literally saved us a game. What a fantastic catch. What a fantastic play. For sure the best catch this season. And when we first stepped out on the field, you hear Mo Bamba rocking. It feels, you feel the stadium pulse. Everyone says Beaver Stadium's loud, and we really felt it on the field. And overcoming the sack on the first play, everybody bouncing back, great resilience throughout the drive, great protection by the O-line, great catches by all the receivers, tight ends, and then we have the catch of the year at the end. I know Omar, he played basketball. He's from Indiana, so has that basketball background. I just try to put it up there so he can either get like an alley-oop dunk or a rebound, and And he did it. At first, I thought, because usually you see the back foot always go down first and then the foot closer. But he like somehow levitated his foot that had like this imaginary cushion, which I still believe is God. All the glory to God. And then like, his other foot tapped, like not even on the white, but like tapped a little grass. And then we have our offensive captain, Pat Coogan, after, because everyone's going crazy, just pointing at the spot and telling the ref, he's in, he's in. I mean, I thought we had to go back out for 4th down, but once I saw the replay and Coach Signetti wail his arms in the hair, I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, don't sue me. Don't sue me.
No, you're good. You're good, Mendoza. Believe me, we've already got a few of those. I will say amen to you about the act of God, because it does feel like something special is taking place up there. And the Penn State people, Mo Bamba, they're thinking, our life's already ass enough. Now you got catch of the year at the end of this. This guy's defying actual reality and physics. It was special, and your team has been special. This Indiana run has been special, but you guys have been banged up like a lot of different teams. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Fernando, Elijah Surratt, your all Big Ten wide receiver. He's been out the last few, but you've had someone emerge. Charlie Becker, he had 7 catches for 157 yards the whole season. Until the last 2 games, he's had 12 for 226, back-to-back 100-yard games. So how big is that going to be when you have Surratt, Cooper, and now Becker for the playoff run, that you're getting another weapon in the offense?
As a quarterback, it's such a luxury to play with such great receivers. Elijah, they call him Waffle House, the man. Omar Cooper, we just saw catch of the year. EJ Williams, fantastic receiver. And now Charlie Becker. Charlie's actually, funny enough, he's actually my roommate. And he's my Berto's and I's roommate. And it's great to see him out there making catches. He had a great catch that actually got a little superseded by Omar's catch, the catch before. He had a great fade ball, a little back shoulder, high point catch in Penn State. And I just think it speaks to the culture that we have here at Indiana. It's always the next man up mentality. It's always supporting each other. Elijah's the main guy on the sideline, coaching our other receivers up, motivating them, along with everybody else that's banged up. So I would say it's a really strong culture we got here. And not only are we winning, and it's great all that we're 11-0, but it's even better that we're doing it with great people and great teammates.
Yeah, it feels like you guys are doing it all right down there, and we appreciate the hell out of the way Signetti operates. And obviously, buy-in can come in many different forms. Sig's not scared to run his mouth a little bit. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Fernando, it's an honor to talk to you a month before you win the Heisman. But when it comes to the week's preparation after a game like that, where you go, 22 of 24 without your number one receiver, to Tony's points, like what does Sig say to you to kind of keep you motivated, to keep you kind of on edge? Is he talking shit to you? We see him, going into halftime, giving interviews. They're hilarious every single time. It's great watching him operate. But what is he like on the day-to-day to kind of keep you guys all locked in, because it is so much, praise from the outside in?
Yeah, Coach Signetti, coming from that Saban tree, he really uses and coins the term rat poison. He really makes sure to keep you never keep you complacent and always keep you hungry. Coach Sig is always pushing us at practice. If we've had a sloppy practice on the offensive side, you'll hear about it. You'll hear about it, and I think he does a great job motivating us, not only when we're up, but also when we're down. For example, during the Oregon game, I threw a pick 6 to tie the game, and at Oregon that time, they're number 3 team in the nation. He came up to me and he said, "Let's have some fun. You're good." And at that point, it really made myself go in the present moment, come to a little Zen moment, and we were able to lead the game-winning drive and score a touchdown. So Coach Signetti not only has, the hard-ass mentality that he's always going to keep us hungry and keep us away from the rat poison, but he also knows when to motivate us. For example, like Wisconsin at halftime.
Yeah, before, 2 weeks ago, Penn State, you have any concerns? No, it's game day. Do you have any other questions? What are we talking about here? Excuse me. To come into his own and to come into national prominence this late in his coaching career almost feels like it's perfect time for it. He's already been callous. He's already had to win a bunch of different ways. And whenever he sells somebody, it's obviously believable. Now let's talk about you, the player. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, I played with some very different quarterbacks throughout my career. Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. They all have very different pregame routines and different leadership styles. Well, do you have any quirky things or anything you have to do specifically to get ready for a game? And what would you say is like your leadership style as a quarterback?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say on game day, I always make sure to do my daily meditation, 10 minutes to zone in, and I always make sure to watch daily mass on the day of the game. And leadership style, I mean, we have so many great leaders in the team, across the team. So when I first got here in Bloomington, I'm not only able to learn from great leadership from coaches like Coach Signetti, Coach Shanahan, and Coach Whitmer, I'm also able to learn from from a great team last year. We have All-American linebacker Aiden Fisher. I can go on and on about all these different guys and great leaders they are. So I'm able to pick and choose and to see, what attributes can I take and help elevate the leadership on our team, which is already has a fantastic culture that I could help us, take us to that next level. And I would say a couple other things that are, quirky. I think it's really good about being one of the guys. We try to go out to dinner every single week on Thursdays. We always do team Bible study. And so having really that camaraderie with the guys instead of just being teammates, it's different because we really are brothers. And so whenever, let's say if I set Becker up on a pass, he gets blown up. It's not like, man, I should have not thrown that. I got him blown up. It's like, that's my boy. That's my dog. Like, I don't want to get him blown up because that's my brother. So I think the camaraderie that we have within the locker room and the leadership, not from just the quarterback front, but from all fronts, is overwhelming and has really helped this team this season.
En el nome del Padre, et Filio, et Spiritu
Santo.
That's what I think I just heard there out of the Mendoza guy. Let's talk about you, the human, a little bit here. I've learned through your story about your mom having MS and how you're raising money to combat against MS. Obviously, you and your brother are the first pair of brothers to throw a touchdown in the same game. I think your second pair in like 10 years or something like that to accomplish that feat. But you two and your mom, very, very close. Obviously, you've had to learn about MS through her battle. Now you're raising money for others. Can you talk about that a little bit here? And we appreciate you spreading the news and spreading awareness about this.
Yeah, so my mom is my light, my inspiration. When I had no offers coming out of high school, she was, hey, just keep on praying. It's going to come. And everything that she's basically told me that's going to come to light has always. She's my inspiration and my positive hope. To see her fight multiple sclerosis, whenever, she's fighting and having a hard day, it gives myself no excuse if I have a bad practice, if I have a bad lift, to not study and watch more film, because she is my why and I do it for her. And just to have the opportunity and platform to raise more awareness for her in order to, partner with the National MS Society, in order to raise awareness and to give money to people who can't afford the treatments, the multiple sclerosis treatments, because there's no cure at this point, it's truly special. And it really kind of gives myself a bigger view of why I'm playing football.
Keep doing it, brother. You're a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Right now, you can buy the burger down there at Buffalo's in Bloomington, and it'll all proceeds will go to the MS Society. Last year at Cal, raised $11,000 through that. Plus, there's a donation site where we can all chime in. We definitely will do that to support your cause. Good luck on the Heisman run. You've certainly warranted the case from our angle. You're the man. Thank you for what you're doing for our state, brother.
Thank you guys so much. God bless. Go Hoosiers. Thank you for having me on the program. Appreciate it.
You're the man. I heard the program there. You dropped it well. Fernando Mendoza.
Hey, Fernando.
Tell your brother we said what's up as well. All right, as we wrap up here on ESPN and continue digitally, I can't help but say that kid's a good one, man.
Yeah. Draft that guy now.
That kid's a good one.
Yes.
Let's go through some stats real quick. 3 fourth-quarter game-winning drives on the road this year. He leads the FBS in passing touchdowns and touchdowns responsible for and points responsible for. He's the only FBS quarterback with 30 touchdown passes this season. And obviously him and his brother were the first ones to throw a TD pass in the same game since Arkansas in 2015. This guy's special. Special. Only quarterback in the last 20 years to have 3 games of 90% completion percentage with 4 touchdown passes. Fernando Mendoza ball. We continue on the other side. See you tomorrow. Got it in.
Yep.
He did.
That was nice. I knew one of these stats was the best one, and I didn't get it for the first 3 ones. There was only 4 on there. It's like, it's that one. At least 20 seasons, he's the only quarterback. 3 games of 90% completion percentage and 4 touchdown passes. So 90% completion. It's not just like 10 balls that we're doing. No, it's like 90% completion, and we got 4 touchdowns out there. It's on my shoulders, basically. He's special. That team's special. And, boy, it feels like Cignetti can eyeball talent. It feels like he knows exactly what you need. That's a huge part of the entire process. Everybody's talking about the transfer portal, NIL, you can flip your team. It's like, if you get the right guys, it feels like Sig has an eye for the right guy.
Yeah, you got to evaluate talent. And on this level, everybody's going to have great talent, but it's about getting the right guys. And him saying and remembering what Sig said to him. And you know as a kid, especially in this environment, when you're talking to so many different coaches at so many different times, you can kind of pick up on when people are bullshitting you. So him saying like, hey, you're going to come here and you're going to be the best version of yourself. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you you're going to be a starter and we're going to do this, that, and the third. But you're going to be the best version of yourself as a quarterback. And obviously we see it, coming to fruition right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I appreciate that Sig's doing that for our state. Mm-hmm. It is cool.
It's so awesome.
It is very cool. And, the basketball team is going to be good again, too, with DeVries. But I'll say DeVries left a school that might be the next powerhouse.
Who's that? Drake?
West Virginia University.
Oh.
He was there for a year.
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
It was a good year.
Yeah, it was a good year.
It wasn't
He
a
set
good
the
year.
stage. He set the foundation, didn't he?
Remember the North Carolina guy screwing West Virginia? That's how I remember.
Yeah, Bubba, the athletic director.
It's like
Happy
a
we got you.
stepping stone to get to.
No, see, that's.
Whoa.
Congratulations, coach.
I want to let you know that new coach there, Mr.
Russ Hodge. Ross Hodge.
Good ball coach.
Yeah, Ross Hodge.
Can't wait to see where he ends up.
Ross Hodge, yep, because
Yeah,
same amount of
somewhere
letters
good
as Neil
defense.
Brown.
Yeah, somewhere.
Where he's going to end up.
Yeah, hopefully Big East or something.
No,
Good program.
he is where he ends up. He's at West Virginia. I'll have you know, West Virginia smacking ass all over the place, just beating the hell out of people.
Really?
Beating the hell out of people all over town. West Virginia basketball dominant, bopping wood. We're out there
Okay.
doing it. And yesterday, just landed the biggest recruit in the history of West Virginia.
What?
Wow.
7-star, they said. This guy. Miles Sadler, number 23 ranked player in the Sports Center, next top 100. It's the best recruit we've ever gotten in our lives in the history of West Virginia.
Oh,
he from West
seen this
Virginia?
story
Modern
before.
era, I guess. No, he's not from West Virginia.
How the hell
Did you guys get a top 5 last year?
Then a guy left.
Oh, and then he didn't end up going.
DeVries, the guy left.
Oh.
This guy says, I want to be a part of the next generation, the next era. And by the way, that era's starting right now. The boys, who I don't know yet, okay, on the team, they they were asked at the press conference, like, hey, what did you want to do? Why'd you want to win this game or whatever? They said, because they had Pitt on their jerseys. It's like, boys,
Yeah, like that.
boys.
It's awesome.
I like what we're doing right now. And then I guess we are hell. I mean, we are the Cleveland Browns defense in Cleveland. I guess that is our team. And then we fill it up as well. We beat the shit out of Pitt. I mean, just beat the hell out of Pitt. I think our West Virginia basketball team, national champs. Don't look now. And then also, no, I'm not going to give it away.
No, go ahead.
Nope, now's not the time.
I would say, just as I'm not even playing devil's advocate, just proceed with caution. A lot of things going out there about Pitt this weekend, having maybe one of like the worst weekends in the history of Pitt. I believe the basketball team got beat by a D3 powerhouse as well.
The women's did.
That was a women's.
Was it the women's?
Yeah.
Well, either way, that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah,
Can't
shout
be
out
doing
to
that.
Scranton.
But
Yeah.
West Virginia,
Scranton's a damn good ball
they
team.
are. They are. Obviously, West Virginia women's, massive melee. They had like 7 girls get ejected. They only had 5 girls.
Players beat Duke.
Exactly. Massive upset.
So the men's WVU basketball team, what do you want?
Yeah.
The women's WVU basketball team, actually, what do you want?
Yeah, bingo.
Like actually throwing ejected. Only have 5 players left.
Wow.
Whole second half.
We're losing when they started with 5. This is against Duke, not a bad team. End up winning the game. Maybe the most impressive feat that has happened in college sports in some time. That's the West Virginia women's team. The West Virginia men's team's bopping wood all over the place. They're going to be a tough out.
Football
team
program.
back. Should have beat Arizona State.
Yeah.
Rich Rod's pissed once we lose to Arizona State.
Yeah.
Can't get a yard 7-8 different times. If you can't get a fucking yard, he said that to the press conference, obviously, to the media, and they asked a couple different times what the problem was, and he just basically every single time said, "This is what our problem is." I couldn't even imagine what that team meeting was like.
Oh my God.
So
Imagine if you were an assistant coach too, Pat. Sorry. Imagine assistant. He mentioned coaching multiple times.
Well, that's him saying,
Yeah, that's him.
I guess
yeah,
it's all my
that's
fault.
on me. That's on me, and I hired you, so that's on all of us.
Yeah.
That's on you too.
Yeah, waste of laundry detergent. Yeah, I thought you were going to be tough. That's what I thought. And then in there, him just doing this being the yardage needed, the amount needed, just Adam, hey, yep, there it is.
7 of the yard.
He did this.
It's like
That looks like it's a good 7-8 inches.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
6'7".
6'7" in this entire thing. But him doing this right now, that is setting the tone for the entire week. Remember those hills we ran where you guys are puking all over yourselves? Had to get somebody an IV to the hospital. Remember those workouts we were doing? It all came down to this. This is why, okay? Because of this. Now he has reason. That's the Big 12 champs, Arizona State.
Yeah.
That's big. Not that they're having Big 12 championship. They were in the playoffs last year, though. In our team, full rebuild, freshman quarterback, full new locker room. We should have beat them. That's Rich Rod's entire press conference was they beat us. Congrats to them and Dillingham and everything like that. But he thinks we should have won that. He thinks we are arriving at the point of where we're trying to be as a program. And then this offseason, he's going to hit the transfer portal. He's going to be able to get guys that can buy into what it is, knows what they have, what they don't have. Feels like we're in a really good spot. So football doing great. Hoops doing great. I think our soccer teams, both of them are in there.
Rifle, obviously.
Baseball.
Little Rifle, obviously, national champs. Baseball, we sell out stadium. I think we do good in the Big 12.
Yeah, I went to the Super Regionals. Yeah.
So now the worry is Ren Baker, the athletic director. And don't say it. You said stepping, don't do it.
Well, he's a North Texas guy, and he hired a North Texas basketball coach. Are they going to go somewhere together? Is that what Darius is saying?
So, there's great athletic directors available out there for the jobs that need athletic directors. Ren Baker is just fine down in the country.
High-profile one. Probably going to be coming up here pretty soon.
AD?
West Virginia's it's already taken.
Baylor.
West Virginia's already taken.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going somewhere else in the Big 12.
W is better.
Thank you.
The Baylor?
Yeah. It's a private school.
Who's going to pay him more?
Hey, listen, let's not worry about any of that. Let's just talk about what it is and where we're at.
Different down there in Texas, though.
You guys are in a good spot. I agree. Good spot.
Thank you. Highest recruit in the history of basketball. Just yesterday.
Yeah, let's hold on.
There's no way he's hired. It's not cool.
He's committed. That's good. He'll stay.
Biggest recruit in the history of basketball just yesterday. What will tomorrow bring? Who knows? Let's take a break. We'll be back on the other side making our picks for the Monday Night Football game. Dallas Cowboys versus the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll also talk about every other sports story that's happening around the sports universe. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Take 5.
Bye.
Young people all across this country, if you served in the military, we want you to know that when you get out of the military, no matter how long you serve, there are veterans benefits that you've earned. Make sure that you find out about those. They can help you get started with a new home. They can help you get started in business. They can send you to school or get vocational training. Look, this isn't about the old stuffy VA that you heard about from your relatives, your parents. This is about a VA that's focused on one thing and one thing only. That's our veteran. So you know that you're out there. We love you. We support you. This secretary wants you to know these benefits are for you. Don't let them for somebody else. They're there for you and the service that you did. You raised your right hand. Now let us raise our hand and serve you. Pat, y'all have a great day down there.
They can run it, they can spin it, they can kick it. This Buckeyes team is playing football at a level nobody else in the country is playing right now.
That's crazy. And also take us off the fucking team. We do not deserve to be on there.
They all commit and love what's going on in that weight room. They all commit and love what Jim Harbaugh's preaching. And everybody in the building's happy. Everybody's excited to be there.
First row, Mark Pressure in the first row. Second row is up here.
It is infectious what they got going on. And how many owners are spending $300 million on a new facility just for a practice facility?
This is Butler Birdies. Wow!
Oh my God! Oh shit! In the bunker.
Great shot. But then for them to do it upright for the last couple, it's like, look out for the Chargers, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for the Chargers.
Coach. Hey, we got a gift for you.
Where you go?
Okay, so we missed your birthday, we missed Christmas. We couldn't have
Whoa, look at that.
Your perspective on high five is one of the greatest things we've ever seen.
So long time David Ben.
I love the high five. Yeah, give each other a high five.
Boom!
Damn.
Boom!
Damn.
Boom! Boom!
Oh my God!
Wow! Boom!
So we wanted to make you basically something that you could high five. My dad made this.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, boom. Look that feeling. Yeah, boom. Yeah, boom, boom. And we tested it. I think you can get a pretty good pop if you need. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Obviously, national champion, Michigan man, and greatest high five.
Yeah.
Because of what you brought for the high five world.
Oh yeah.
He tried to give a handshake to that particular high five trophy. Did break the hand off. We had to put it back on.
Yeah.
Way to go handshake.
Oh no! Oh
There we go.
no! One of the greatest things. We have so much respect for him.
You guys just roll deep. This would be entourage level, wouldn't it?
To be honest, we didn't know we were going to be able to get 11 people in here, and then we would put up this, we'd have 11. That's where it should roll 11. Yeah, always start 11. You're the best. I mean, wow, it looks like a lot of highlights against one particular team.
They played more than one game. Why did they have all these TDs for one game? Imposing our will. This sucks. Party in the backfield.
No one. We mean no one. Outbeats us to Hudson. This might be close.
I love that Chargers team even more now.
If you were to touch this grass, it would feel as if the history of football was kind of one with your soul, one with your body. And then you look at the views, the San Gabriel mountains with the cotton candy clouds, the way the sun will rise and then the sun will set. And as the sun is setting tonight, there's going to be a football game taking place. You're talking about movie stuff. What do you think it is about your team and that locker room? And why do you think you guys have been able to show up every week?
I think the buy-in on our team is unbelievable. We talk about a player-led team. I think a lot of people say that, but so rarely do you actually see it.
Two Goliath Big Ten teams. What a magical matchup here in the Rose Bowl. And watching Ohio State do what they did to Tennessee, it felt good for the North. They did. It felt good for the bowl.
Look at that field.
God, look at those mountains.
Look at those mountains. San Gabriel Mountains. There's the field.
The San Gabriel.
San Gabriel Mountains.
I believe that means the Gabriel.
All parties and all agree that it's in the best interest of everybody and public safety that we postpone the game for 24 hours.
AJ Hawk's working for the bowl. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to beautiful Pasadena, California, the granddaddy of them all, the 111th Rose Bowl, which will be taking place on the most beautiful field in the history of football. The Oregon Ducks, who are the Big Ten champs, will take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. College football playoff is obviously in the middle of a transition era, but we go back in time into a movie-like setting to battle in the Big Ten to see who gets to move on and who goes home. Our UFO just flew over top B-2 Stealth Bomber and in the national anthem. And on a day in the United States of America where a heinous act has happened, it's a nice reminder that we'll get your ass. You might take a shot, but you're never going to win. And 10 for Will Howard. Same exact play action. Drops it off to Jeremiah Smith. With space. He's a monster. Jeremiah Smith. First touch is a touchdown. Time. Shot down the middle. Puka. Ooh, touchdown.
See the split safeties right here. So Will Howard knows his route, looks him off, steps up in the pocket. Great throw.
Takes a shot. And what happens? Jeremiah Smith comes up with the ball. Handoff. Run to the left. Jordan James. Will Howard. Time. Oh, no. Jeremiah Smith's wide ass open. And that's a touchdown. Ohio State is kicking the living shite out of the Oregon Ducks. If Jeremiah Smith is on your team, I think you can win every game. Travion Henderson. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown! They can run it. They can spin it. They can kick it. This Buckeyes team is playing football at a level nobody else in the country is playing right now. Gathers a low snap. Throws left, throws back to the right. Jeremiah Smith's on the field. So that's another first down. Thus far, this game has been absolutely shite. Step in. Oh my God. Wow. That is so beautiful. You got Matt Hardy on the left there. AJ, chance.
I see at the 47. Unfortunately, my youngest son puked all over himself, went to the hospital, so my whole family's not here anymore to hear that. But I'm getting some updates every once in a while. He seems to be doing not much better. He puked over the whole section. Jeez. Instant urgent care, instant hospital.
Oh, no.
What type of shite was he eating? Is someone making salmon down here? We came down here and smelled like fish.
Look at this.
For those that have never been here, I would recommend coming and checking it out. Although
This particular game was absolute shine. Woo!
Hey,
Why?
let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this glorious, massive Overreaction Monday, November 17, 2025, hour 3 of the program begins now. Football! I just got this in my hand, AJ, and I just immediately wanted to go, hey! That's AJ Hawk. We'll obviously have BA's incredible cadence tomorrow. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, AP Tone. Steelers can win a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Is that Overreaction Monday, or is that how Tone feels?
Kind of how Tone feels.
And it is.
Overreaction Monday as well. But no, the defense feels like it's getting better each week.
And the offense?
They're fine, especially with Mace under center.
Especially.
Well, we don't know if that's the case because Aaron Rodgers going to want to fight through this to play, I think.
Yeah, but it's not his decision.
It's Mace's decision. Sounds like.
Is that, you're thinking Mason's walking in there and telling the doctors what's good?
Well, Aaron wanted to come back in yesterday, but Mace was out there just slinging it all over the yard. So,
What did Mason do yesterday?
I believe he's 12 of 16 for almost 200 yards and half. So,
I don't know. Is that good?
Aaron Rodgers, if he can play, you have Aaron Rodgers a quarterback for them.
Yes, you do. But in all honesty, the last few games, he's been it feels like the rush is getting to him a bit. Like even when it's not there, it feels like he thinks it's there. And Mace hasn't been getting hit all year. So
what are you saying?
I'm just talking about the game of football and what I'm seeing with these eyes. Okay.
Is this all of Pittsburgh you're speaking for, or is this just yourself?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't called back home today to see.
I haven't called back home to see how the Yinzers feel about it all. Certainly pumped up about a win against Joe Flacco. Certainly pumped up about something happening great there in Pittsburgh over a great weekend of celebrating Pittsburgh. That was crazy at the University of Pittsburgh. Pitt had like its worst sporting weekend it's had on the weekend where everything was being celebrated about the city of Pittsburgh. That's kind of crazy. That's unfortunate. Good Notre Dame team.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great Scranton women's basketball team.
Yep.
Great WVU men's basketball team. The women's volleyball team that they played against, very good as well. But on that note, Jeremiah Love's just different.
Yeah.
You know, he is literally just different. I think we're going to be talking to him on this particular program at some point. I enjoy his personality. I enjoy who he is. I like how he just seemingly is very transparent and authentic and very good. What was happening at the beginning of the season? Yeah, incredible movie like Spin Move. I'm happy that they put that in slow motion. He wasn't getting the ball at the beginning of the season. Is that what was happening? Do we remember that?
Against Miami for sure. I can't remember the carries or whatever, but there was a lot of the questions about it. But they have found their role with him for now.
Yeah, wasn't the role already found out last year?
You would think so.
This is what this is. Now, granted, they got Price too, I think, who's also a great running
Yeah.
back, and I assume there's a lot of conversation about him potentially maybe playing somewhere else. So maybe you have to like kind of figure that whole thing out. But it's like this dude's a real deal, and he's, you know, they talk about Jonathan Taylor and the MVP odds and everything like that. It's like Jeremiah Love conversation for the Heisman should certainly at least pique a little bit of interest at some point.
Yeah, it felt like early on it was the big time, like, hey, this CJ Carr kid doesn't know how to play quarterback. If we just put 8 guys in the box and try and stop Jeremiah Love, we'll beat the Irish. And then CJ Carr, after those 2 losses, got very, very, very hot, and he is very good, and everyone knows it now. And now that's opened up the middle just a little bit, just enough for him.
I was a big time, yeah, right, Notre Dame makes the playoffs guy beginning of season.
Sure.
Then you watch Texas A&M kind of do what Texas A&M. What a game.
Yeah.
What a game. Texas A&M.
Insane.
Hey, now, obviously not good to have any of that on tape if you're Texas A&M. Not good at all that you see that. But the fact that Elko now knows that his boys can come back whenever they're down 27 at halftime. I mean, that's a great little piece of history for your team to lean on during hard times in the future, which are certainly going to come. Did you lose faith in this Texas A&M team? I think we all did, but were you worried about them being completely not what we thought they were whenever they were getting their asses beat by South Carolina, AJ?
I was a little bit, I'm not going to lie, I almost sent a text in to the group like, oh, something about A&M, nothing like, but just saying like, wow, how does this change the landscape of college football? And then I just continued to watch the game. I said, oh, these guys are actually going to do this. And it wasn't it wasn't one of those comebacks where it's like everything completely fell into place. They had a huge turnover on their own red zone when they were going in. I know later in the game too, like they had to continue to fight till the very end. It wasn't like, it was very impressive. I think ultimately this will be great for their football team, the fact that they had to win like this.
D-Bud, tell me a little bit about the conversation of them playing like ass. How should they be ranked? And then them having such a huge comeback. How should that be ranked and viewed? Because in my eyes, and I don't think I'm the only one that views this way, but I've learned that not everybody views this way. Like the tough, close, hard wins, I think are like vital to your team. But I guess there's some people that are like, why would you have a tough, close game against South Carolina if you're Texas A&M?
It builds character. I've heard some coaches say they like sometimes when they lose in the season. Kind of humbles, kind of get hit in the mouth, and you check yourself, you check your ego. But we saw with Indiana when they had to come back, and that play we talked about Omar Cooper, but this is callous. And on all these championship seasons or championship runs, we saw it last year at Ohio State. They lost to Michigan, lost earlier in the year to Oregon. You have those things, you learn from it, you build from it. Nobody has, LSU had a really dominant season. That Miami Hurricanes team where it was like if their defense only scored, you would still won, 10, 11 games. But you rarely see that on a college or NFL level. So you learn from these moments. I'm sure Mike Elko likes this moment because now you see how your team is going to respond when their back is against the wall. And now if you're in this moment 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks from now and you're sitting down a couple scores in the fourth quarter, hey, we got the guys that can get back in it.
No panic going forward, you would assume from Texas A&M. Not that they had it before, but much like you said there, AJ, I actually did put a tweet out. Is everything all right? Because I didn't have it on one of the quad boxes. South Carolina, Texas A&M. I apologize. There's a couple other games. I don't know about this one. And then I just see the score, and I think Gumpy goes, whoa. And I go, what? It was like, I think 20-something at the time or whatever. And then it got even worse. He was like, even worse for Elko. I'm like, what? He goes, 30-3 at halftime. Wow, maybe Texas A&M's a bunch of Muppets. Starts turning a little bit because that looked bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
So then I literally just send out hey, is everything all right here? Like, what is everybody sick? Like, what is happening? This is not who you were at all. And then by the end of the game, you got to go ahead and update. Yeah, all's good, I guess. Yeah, largest comeback in Texas A&M history. Shout out to the SEC Network putting this graphic out. But yeah, all's even better than good. It's like now they're super tested. Not that you need to be super tested and that scared about situations happening, but I think that builds a lot of calories.
Yep.
I think that builds a lot of togetherness as well. Coaches and players alike. Go ahead.
Yeah, SEC teams were 0-286 when down by 27 points. Now it's 1-286. I did see a lot of people say if it wasn't for that sheriff telling Nick Harbor, get your fucking ass back on the field after he scored that touchdown.
But there was a boy at the end of that.
I didn't want that.
Maybe the loudest bull at the end of that thing. If I had to guess, just kind of, I wanted to place myself in that tunnel just to see. Okay, so when old buddy decided not on my field, like what was that first
down
response?
So many points.
Touchdown, walks by, like is it immediate? This is my land. Is that the immediate thought? And then when he turns and sees him down the tunnel, I'm protecting this tunnel. Hey, you do enough on field. You ain't doing it. And then thinks to himself, I need to let them know that this ain't how it goes. Because, obviously they super slow-mode it like they have everything. He clearly extends arm to hit them both. This is just like,
what are you doing?
And why do you need to get down that tunnel at that exact time? A lot of people have questions. Let's say you weren't trying to hit them. I had places to go. They were in my way. Why were they in the tunnel? They're supposed to be on the field. He potentially says. It's like, well, why did you intentionally hit them then as opposed to not try and walk around them? It's a tight tunnel. You have no awareness. There's really no defense, for the entirety of it all.
No.
And I do appreciate, there's no out. And him walking back and following him. Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I was coming to hit you.
I thought he was going to draw down on him potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Get down, touchdown! Grant, right now, right now.
At least taser, maybe. Oh, there's 4 of them. He realized in the middle of that tunnel, once he had made contact with both of them, boom, he might be outwitted, outmatched, outmanned, outgunned in that entire thing.
And the guy that he kind of just like very, like the guy who he actually makes more contact with, he's not the problem. It's the other guy who kind of just got in his way a little bit. Like he didn't. You can see he really. Yeah.
He's the one who scored a touchdown.
Nick Harvey, 6'5", 245.
Yeah, you in my tunnel. You score a touchdown. You stay on the field.
I do love how swiftly he was relieved of duty.
Yes,
was it before the game was even over?
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
That officer has been kicked out. He
didn't see the comeback. He missed the whole comeback.
Yeah.
It's an active Twitter account they run over there too, the Texas A&M Police Department, whatever.
That was one refresh. Saw it. Oh, that looks terrible. That can't be real. Nope, that's real. Whoa, and that feels aggressive for this time of life and everything that we're in right now. Obviously, everything's on camera, brother. Why would you even? That can't be real. And nope, it is real. Yeah. Oh, everybody's talking about it. Yep, as he should be. This is next swipe. His ass has been fucking fired. All right. Okay. Just so we all saw this the same way, it seems like. Everybody literally was on the same exact page. And I would like to say, from my experience down at Texas A&M, these people love ball. These people love ball. Now, I don't think they should love ball enough where a trooper goes down a tunnel and start a fight with active players who just scored a touchdown ball. But Texas A&M, good team, great football town. Great football town. That was a crazy scene to see there, though. Georgia beats the hell out of Texas.
Woo. Yikes.
Just beat the hell out.
They're starting to get
good at home.
Kirby likes his guys, man. Kirby seems to have a good thing going there. I think these players are obviously bought in, but, man, I like what Georgia's doing.
There was a quote coming out of Kirby talking about how people just want to check, these days. They're going to want physicality, too. They're going to have to want physicality because we're going to hit you, and you'll get a check as well, but you are going to have to hit. This defense was questioned at the beginning of the season. They don't get the quarterback. The stats are nowhere near what it used to be. They don't have the same exact type of defense that they used to have, so everybody thinks they're having a down year, which maybe they were for a while. It seems like they're coming into their own at the right time, D-Butt, which is what you were alluding to.
Absolutely, and winning at home, like they protect this home field. When is the last time they've
Alabama.
been beaten? That's been
a
how many
weeks
years
ago.
Yeah.
But before
at
that,
home?
Yeah, they had a 33-game
win. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be tough to beat them at home, especially at this point in the season. And whenever you're questioning a coach like Kirby Smart, like the toughness or like the defense, like that's when you're going to check that team and you're going to get their best foot forward. So Texas, they got hit in the mouth. I know some people are still trying to carry Texas water. Say, whoa, 3-loss team, get the playoffs. No, you blew it. And on the flip side of that, Georgia and the boys, they took care of business, man. I like this team and how they're playing right now.
I like Gunnar Stockton a lot. He's got a great moxie. Okay, let's pivot away from college ball here very quickly, and let's go to the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, a man that donned the midnight mode, okay? A dude who's an absolute dog. A man who will not stop until success happens. Puka Nacua is here.
Yeah,
How are you, dude?
What up, Oos? What up, Oos?
Hey, thank you for joining us, Oos. Big day for those midnight modes. We thought you guys were never going to be able to talk about them again if you lost. Instead, massive win. How do you feel? How does the boys feel? How do the Rams feel right now?
Man, it was good. The boys got out the sauna this morning. I see my dog BY and Verse in here. The dogs were barking yesterday, so it was good to see them boys out moving around this morning. But I gave my jersey away to Coop, so I'm like, I got one in exchange. So I'm like, I don't know if I'll have the midnight one hung up in a frame, but I'll have a Cooper Kupp jersey, so I'm not mad about that.
Okay, let's talk about you and Cooper Kupp's relationship. Obviously, he was a mentor-type guy in the wide receiver room for you. Now you have become the one. You have become the guy that defenses think about and fixate on, which obviously opens up a lot for every other weapon that's on that offense, including Devontae. Can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Devontae Adams, and is he stoppable down on the goal line? Feels like that's a fucking layup, an actual layup at this point.
No, literally. And I'm like, his celebration, he kind of messed it up because we were supposed to do some like LeBron, like D-Wade, like alley-oop type thing. We had the hoop set up for the celebration and he didn't even dunk it. And like the photos look great. We got our rookie month being the little basketball hoop holding his arms and he didn't even dunk it. But it pretty much is unstoppable. Like we get inside the 10-yard line. It's like, all right, you probably should throw 7 people at number 17.
Tell me about Stafford a little bit. He is his beard looked phenomenal. The midnight mode feels great. He looks younger than ever. And then Tone actually pointed out yesterday, this guy's got massive calves. I don't think anybody's talked about the size of Matthew Stafford's calves until yesterday. He was photographed with these things exposed. And there's vascularity down there and great girth. We're talking girth and vascularity on those calves, Puka.
That's why the keeper game works so well. I'm like, he's got freaking quads on his freaking calves. Look at those things, right? I'm like, if I had those things, I could run and put my foot in the ground instantly. 20-yard dig routes, speed coming.
Tell me about Stafford, though. He's spinning it feels like. Is he getting even better other than just his calves?
Oh my gosh, like the calmness and like his ability just to have the precedence to move his arm angles and to understand where the defense is. And I mean, the thing we say in meetings is don't look at my eyes, don't look at my eyes. So I think it's so funny because it happens every day during the week, and then when it comes on Sunday, it's like it's even better than what we see on Thursday.
Good, AJ. What a catch, Puka.
Yeah, Puka, how fun is it to watch your defense when you guys, after your offense, get a touchdown, you go sit on the bench, get a drink, go over everything? Are you guys watching your defense like as a fan? Because I know as a fan of football, watching your defense play, especially the front seven, everybody, all three levels, they are rolling, and they have bad intentions when they get to the ball. I'm sure training camp was fun going against them, but what's it like watching them progress throughout the year?
Oh, it has been absolutely. I think it was pretty cool. Tay was asking, I mean, knowing that we had a big divisional game coming up this week, he was like, man, it just feels like this is an emotional game for everybody. I'm like, hey, Tay, like as long as we do our stuff on our side of the ball, they may be seeing ghosts out there tomorrow on Sunday. The dogs are barking. Barking. I'm like, man, that boy versus BY, Fizz, Kobe. I mean, it was funny because I'm like, I remember watching Kobe Durant's pick. He had the same exact pick against Sam Darnold in the Vikings game last year, like textbook field out route, step underneath it, and it was music to my ears to be able to see them like just I call them the dogs. The dogs are barking. They were going crazy yesterday and hitting on all cylinders, and it was fun because it makes our job a little bit easier even when we don't get in the end zone.
It's a young group over there. You know, you think Matthew Stafford's old ass, got drafted with me and D-Bud. D-Bud has a question for you here in a second. He's old as shit, but you guys have a young nucleus that is just ready, and I love that the dogs are barking is the mindset for that entire defense. Go ahead, D.
Absolutely. Your dogs bark in Seattle. They got some dog barking as well. This NFC West as a whole, what's the mindset just going into these games week in and week out? You guys will definitely be callous for the playoffs. But is it a different mindset? I know you're trying to win every game. This is a big game for first place in the division. What's the mindset? What's the conversation going into these type of battles?
This one, I think, especially just with everything that happened in the offseason, getting to see Coop and especially some of the other guys that have just been with the Rams and then going over there. But it was one that I definitely had circled, and everybody, I mean, leading up to it, Thursday practice is a little bit more physical. Everybody, the defenses, we're not talking to Verse and BY on Thursday practice because, like, all right, everybody buckle up for practice. But it's fun because when you go out there, you set a message for the rest of the season, and like, all right, wait, when we see you again, you know what's up.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you still try to run people over, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you're still trying to do that. Is that going to be forever thing, you think?
Oh, I'm never stepping out of bounds. That's soft. That's not how football is supposed to be played.
Hell yeah.
How old are you?
24.
Okay. We'll talk to you 29, 30. We'll see how it is. You're an absolute beast, Deuce. You're so much fun to watch. Literally, so much fun to watch.
When you guys coming out to a game, I saw you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, I feel like you're going out to the games. I know you're college game day. You're taking the picks. Or you're picking against the Cougs, and I'm like, what's going on over here, bro?
Well, listen.
I did say that I saw you said that you love the Mormons, and then I feel like I didn't see you pick the Cougs. I was like, wait, whoa, where would it go?
It's different, I love Mormons. I'm from Pittsburgh. Love people from Pittsburgh. Pick Notre Dame. It's just, it's strictly business, as Coach Corso used to say. It's I am trying to have a perfect picks week one week. Okay, I'm trying my best because the odds get pretty immaculate up there. This past week, there was a couple isolated island picks, but I'll tell you what, Oos, it's hard to pick against some fan bases because they're so mean if you pick against them. And I'll tell you what, you Mormons, not as mean. Mm-hmm. It's actually nice. It's actually pretty nice. And I'm not saying that's why I do it, but I'm just saying it is a nice little feat of it all.
I was gonna say you'll probably get cookies made if you don't vote for them, because then they're like, they want you to vote for them next week. So like they're trying to set it up. And I know you were scared as could be when that boy AD pushed you off the stage.
All right, listen, he's still absolutely jacked. Do you ever see him still? He's a monster.
he comes into the weight room and it's like somehow like the 180 like pound dumbbells just like appear in our weight room and I'm like, what the hell are they? What's going on? And he's just like casually walking in with the cutoff tee, like.
Yeah, and you don't really see how jacked he is, and then he stands up. All right, see ya. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, get the hell out. Yep, he's awesome. Yep.
Look at those biceps, dude. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got vascularity in his abs. You know, I mean, an absolute monster. And he was great on the show. I don't know if you watched the entirety of it, Booga. He was great. He knew his shit. He understood what was going on, and it was a huge moment for him. Obviously, Number getting retired. How's the season going? How do you feel?
What a legend. Feel good. I'm like, man, I love. I'm waiting for LeBron to return, honestly. So I'm like, it'll make football season a little bit better. I'm like, I'm planning to go to some Laker games coming up soon. The Luka Doncic, I got to see the boy. I'm like, I watched that Wemby game with Steph Curry the other day. It was fantastic. I'm like, the NBA season, I'm like, it's really starting to kick off. That boy KD's going crazy. Yeah, I'm like, you're asking about football, and I went straight to basketball. I'm like, I enjoy basketball season.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and in basketball, huge part of your training, you've told us, obviously, big basketball fan. LeBron, though, you don't want to go watch the Luka show? You're not good with the Luka show? You need LeBron?
No, Luka and Puka, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, if you would have a segment for us, that would be fantastic. Me and Luka, the Luka Puka with Big Oos, I think we could figure something out.
Yeah, I think L.A. Luka Puka with Big. Yeah, I think we could definitely pull that off. All right, so we get
you out of Pittsburgh or Indianapolis and come over here.
It's a far trip. You asked me about the game. Coming to a game, that's a long way.
Long way.
Going to
It's
Oregon.
sunny out here. It's California. Well, technically not right now, but
What is it? How is the weather out there?
it's been raining. It's been terrible. I'm like, my family came out. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. It never rains. It feels 70 all the time and freaking rainstorm.
That's no good.
We didn't get to go to Malibu. Mom did enjoy that, but Mom's cooking tonight, so Mom's about to make some cookies tonight. Hopefully, she makes some hamburger curry. Some hamburger curry would be great.
Okay. Feels like you're putting it in order right now,
Some
potentially.
corned beef and spaghetti. I'm like, Mom, please be watching Pat McAfee right now.
Yeah, she is. Mama Oos, you need this.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? Is that how that works? Usa? Is there a female Oos? Or how would
No. You're Mama Nakua.
Mama Nakua?
Yep.
God, that's a great name. Mama Nakua making some cornbread spaghetti, I heard. Is that what we're reading there?
Or corned beef and spaghetti.
Corned beef and spaghetti. Oh,
yeah.
Mama Nakua. Ship some of that to Indianapolis. Yeah, we got bad
Coach-
weather too. We'll eat a lot of corned beef and
Hey,
spaghetti out here.
I got that trench cut still. It comes in the can. The spaghetti comes in the can, like the pop can, and like corned beef, it's all canned. Like you need a can opener, cook it up. It's from like one of the Asian stores.
Trenches.
You got to get it.
Yeah, sounds like tonight's about to be awesome at the Nakua.
Well, I did wake up with a sausage McGriddle and a hash brown and a sausage McMuffin this morning. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You're 24 years old. You can kind of do whatever the hell you want at this point. And at some point, you're going to step out of bounds too, and we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it happen.
Nope, you can bookmark this right now. I won't do it. I'm like, I would be doing a disservice to the gentleman who played before me by stepping out of bounds.
You're an animal. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, first team All-Pro this year, going to happen. Puka Nakua. He's the best. He's the fucking best. He's the absolute best.
Yeah, the man.
That's right.
Everyone
Jersey.
in that locker room loves him.
Everybody, I think, just in life.
Yes, that too.
We saw him show up at a thing for the ESPYs, and as soon as he got there, like everybody just like everybody's just bumped, smiling, hair. His name's Puka Nakua.
Great
What a
vibes.
name!
Great vibes.
Great vibes, great player. And then him saying, "I'm not stepping out of bounds. That would disrespect all the men that played the game before me." What a line, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. He's the guy that like makes everybody around him happy. I feel like I had a coach that always said that. Like I like being around dudes that make everybody feel good about themselves. Like I feel like that is Puka.
Are you an energy vampire or energy giver? You know, that is kind of the two different sides of the coin that you could be. Puka Nakua is certainly an energy giver. Now, we put out a tweet that maybe takes some energy out of some hoops, you know, every single Monday. I put out a tweet that say, "Good morning. I hope you all are fantastic," because I do hope that it's fantastic. Where do we all stand on the good morning? Have you heard this?
No.
No.
Because morning kind of indicates a negative connotation.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah,
sorry,
although
what?
it's spelled differently,
Yeah.
it's certainly spelled differently. There's people that substitute the word morning so that there's no negativity. So it's a good rising, go wakey.
I haven't seen
Are you
You're a
about to be
moron
Gra-
if you do that.
Yeah,
a
I
Grand
haven't seen
Rising
that.
guy? I see you as a
Who's doing this?
Grand
That
Rising.
is
That is
fucking
I'm
idiot.
the person doing that. If
Yeah.
that's immediately where your mind goes when someone says good morning is, why would I mourn anything right now? It's a great day. Then you're a piece of shit and you need to change and alter your worldview immediately.
Yeah.
Good morning has been said since the fucking cavemen, and it will be said 2,000 years from now. So if you're one of the people out there that's doing that, just fucking stop doing it. Don't do that. And if you are doing it, you know why you're in a bad mood? Because nobody wants to be around you.
Well said.
Fact.
Probably right. So what are you supposed to say?
Good morning. Yeah,
That's what it
like a
sounds-
normal fucking human being.
No, AJ, I can see you as a Grand Rising King type of guy.
I can't even respond, but I can thinking of myself say that.
Great morning to all of you.
Thank you.
Great morning.
Great morning to all of you.
It's my favorite thing to say.
It's
But you still
so
morning.
easy. You can just kind of get it out
Morning,
to everybody. Morning. Yeah,
We do it in here to each other every person that walks in.
Morning.
As soon as they morning.
It is a fun little greeting.
Starts the
First, we're saying the delivery of it too kind of sets the tone for how the rest of the day is going to go. Yeah. Morning. Oh Jesus.
Think
You
of
all
a
right?
coach. Hey, think of a coach walking into a team meeting. Good morning, and then he doesn't get the good morning back he wants, and then he yells at it. Good morning. I said good morning. Everybody out. Restart the meeting. Like everyone got to get out, and come back in.
It's so
That
important to
happens, too.
society. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy we got to the bottom of that.
had to.
Anyway, so I put a tweet out and I say, good morning, beautiful people. Why don't you go ahead and utilize this particular post as a form of therapy for your fandom? Let all of your emotions out. The best ones will actually make the show, and all you have to use is hashtag I don't want to overreact, but. And Ty Schmidt here, who just had his incredible take on good morning people versus not good morning people, goes through them all and finds his best ones and the best ones. Ty, how was today's kind of pool of entries?
I'd say pretty solid because yesterday was a great day of ball, and there are a couple of fan bases who today are kind of just reality setting in. We're getting to the most important football, and you got a pretty good idea of what your football team is right now.
Well, let's go to somebody that thinks they have a great opportunity to celebrate at the end. This is from Tone Diggs. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Christmas decorations went up this weekend. Football weather is here. Another heated AFC North race is happening. That only means one thing. Mason, the Savior Rudolph season is upon us. Offense looked crisper. Line blocked a little better. Wide receivers a little more open. Running backs ran a little harder. Might have a QB controversy in Pittsburgh. And then he found a photo from a church in Pittsburgh of Mason, the Savior Rudolph here. Tone, would you like to explain whether or not that's an overreaction or just a standard reaction from not only you, but Yinzers everywhere with the Steelers?
Mason has delivered for us in the past in our time of need. And we had a time of need yesterday in the second half, and he delivered again. And I'm not kidding. It did. Everything looked just a little bit better in the second half yesterday for the offense. And I'm not saying that Mason needs to start over Aaron. I'm just saying if Mason needs to start over Aaron, if Aaron needs to take some time and heal up this wrist, that things are going to be just okay. He stands in there. He takes shots. He's not afraid to throw it downfield. The mustache is unbelievable. I mean, you saw him. He was standing up there on Mount Washington with the IC light sign over his shoulder and those beautiful bridges in his Jesus outfit. That's how I feel about him right now.
Yeah, it kind of has a Davidian's outfit too, I think. That's what
a
I
little
see
bit.
more of
Little
a
bit of-
Davidian.
little feel.
No, that's Jesus. That's Jesus Christ.
No, it looks like David Koresh a little bit.
No, because I specifically told ChatGPT to put Mason Rudolph in a Jesus Christ outfit overlooking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is ChatGPT said we can't do that for you. But we can offer up David Koresh, Mason Rudolph, overlooking Pittsburgh with the Iron City beer sign.
Listen, if Koresh is going to bring us Super Bowl, I'm all in.
See, that's part of the problem. Yeah. But on that note, football town. The football town. Let's go to the next overreaction. This is from our Lord Zito. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl. Our defense isn't even at full strength, and we will still lead the league in takeaways, 22 of them. He was putting that math together as he was piecing it together. Zito's running the stats on the Chicago Bears team. We have the best coach in the league, and Caleb is balling. The monsters of the Midway are back, baby. Screenshot of the NFC North leaderboard. They're the kings of the North, and they should be very proud of the team up there in Chicago.
They should.
Amen, Zito. Zito, he got a little skippity step whenever he comes in after the victory stakes hit home. The Chicago Bears team feels special, feels different. Ben Johnson's able to go in there and flip an entire culture this quickly, AJ? Is that what we're seeing here? And should we talk a little bit more about Ben Johnson for Coach of the Year?
Yeah, I think he should definitely be up for it, and we'll see that they still get to play the Packers 2 times, and that's why it's great. We're going to get to see who the best team in the North is. So, yeah, Ben Johnson's done an unbelievable job, I believe. What was the first couple of weeks? They already wanted him gone. I feel like other people wanted him out of here, saying it's not going to work, and now look at what they have done. They're legit contenders.
Zeke would say, whoa.
Yeah, Zeke wouldn't say that.
He trusted Ben Johnson. He believed in Ben Johnson. Now, Zeke will just follow whoever is the head coach of the Bears right off of a cliff from what I've learned. But he believed in Ben Johnson. I think they may be, and I'm not saying Zito this, but Zito's friends and other Bears fans, maybe they didn't believe Caleb was going to be a part of the solution as opposed to maybe a part of the problem as Ben Johnson comes in here and tries to win for the first time in a long time. Instead, those two have seemingly got along swimmingly, and I think he's only going to get better in Ben Johnson.
Yeah, and I've been loving it. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it, but they've been having some like Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, like some mic'd up moments, and just a lot of things I wouldn't expect from Caleb. Like he's taking on more of that leadership role, more of the vocal leadership role. And whenever you're winning games, making winning plays late in games, that's a big deal, especially now at the midseason. But they're taking on the identity of Ben Johnson. They're running the ball well. They're playing good defense. The passing game still, I think, has a long way to go, but they have the talent at the quarterback position and the skill position. Loveland, he's becoming a weapon week in and week out, and we know about Rome and DJ and all the other guys on the outside. So, yeah, the arrow's definitely pointing up on the Chicago Bears.
Uh-oh. There's a Packers fan right there, and there's a Lions fan right back there. Ben Johnson said, get me out of Detroit. Keep me in the NFC North. I'm going down to Chicago, and I'm going to run this thing. Are you okay, Foxy? Are the Lions fans okay with what's going on in Chicago?
A lot of ball left, but I would say right now at this moment with how our offense looked last night and with what the Bears are doing, all I can say is there's something missing in Detroit. And could it be Ben Johnson? Maybe. Could it be Frank Ragnow? Maybe, but there's something going on with our offense. We just don't have the answers like we did last year or in past years. It's a little bit worrisome, but like I said, a lot of ball left.
This is what Schrags was saying. That's what Schrags was saying before the season started.
It is shaping up to be pretty awesome because, like AJ mentioned, 2 games to the Packers still. That last game, we've had it a couple of years now in a row here with the NFC North in particular. It's going to end up being Bears-Lions. Winner goes to the playoff, loser goes home, especially with the Lions being out on the edge right now.
We have the NFC roads here for all the teams that lead the division to the playoffs. Obviously, the Bears are that team. You got the Packers twice. You got the Niners, the Lions, the Eagles, the Steelers. That's a tough road. Okay, Cleveland at home is good news for Chicago. But whenever you think about if the Bears are able to go through this gauntlet and get to the playoffs and still be in the lead, I think we'll all be believers.
Yeah, for sure.
Good, better, best right there. It's starting to happen. Yeah. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is your best. If they're able to get through that entire thing, I mean, that'd be quite a murderer's row. We're happy for you, Chicago Bears fans. You guys have obviously been through it. Let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This one's from Noah at RealXClarity. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Broncos are back, baby. Fraud this, fraud that. Only 2 losses by 4 combined points. Best D in the league, and Bo Nix with the most fourth-quarter comebacks in a QB's first 2 seasons in NFL history.
Wow.
He's Elway reincarnated for our lucky selves to watch. God bless Bo Nix. I'll tell you what, Sean Payton loved Bo Nix whenever he drafted him. And, you know, last year, obviously, they go through their growing pains to get very good. This offseason, is the quarterback a guy or not? Feels like in the biggest moment here, he played his best ball. And Sean Payton, offensively, we assume is always going to be good unless he's getting decleated or de-Jordaned by refs on the sideline. That Broncos team is exactly who we thought they were, it feels like, AJ.
Yeah, their defense obviously stands up when they need them against the Chiefs. And it's hard for me to get that image out of Sean Payton getting blasted on the sideline. Yeah, you got to stay out of the white. You know, those refs will come screaming down that sideline. Sean Payton gets hit right in the back, has no idea what happened. Yeah, penalty on him, I guess. But, man, that's a tough look. But oh, my goodness.
Good sell by the ref.
Yeah, ref got full sell, full body roll. Sean Payton also wants to fight the guy, I think, and 2 flags go down.
What if he charged him? What if he started bear crawling after him?
He did eyeball him there afterwards. I wonder if he was like, what the hell is your problem? And then the ref's like, well, you're my problem at this moment. I don't know how that goes. Sean Payton hanging.
The drive-by flag of the ref is the best.
Yeah,
Just
the back ref?
tosses it up and just keeps running.
Look at him just.
Look at him. Fuck.
So, at the flag, fucker.
Lands right at his feet.
I didn't even see the drive-by one first.
Yeah, the drive-by one is amazing.
Lands perfectly at Sean Payton's feet.
He's definitely
lands right at his
toss.
Right
What
at
a
his
toss.
feet.
Oh, shit.
That's a flag, fucker. One at a time. Boom. He's down. Somebody's watching that. I got to get my guys back running full speed. Go ahead, toss that thing. Bang. That's a flag.
Jeez.
It's good work.
Oh, that's amazing. All right. Yeah, good. Hey, congrats. So you guys need to stop taking these big shots on the sideline.
Man.
Let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This one is from Ethan Todder. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but I hate having hope going into a season. The window is closed. Blow everything up and go back to poverty. Jared Goof couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last night. I'd rather put the bags back on and change the team. We're calling for paper bags over our heads again, Foxy?
We cannot be this fan base. This is the worst tweet I have read in like 20 years of being on Twitter. I hate this tweet. This is the worst fan ever. Get this guy out of Detroit. Okay, we went 0-16. First in NFL history to go 0-16. This guy wants to go back to that. We had Matthew Stafford for 12 years. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. He's got the Rams playing great. He won a Super Bowl for them. We couldn't even win a playoff win with the guy. That's how bad we were as a franchise. That's how bad we were at hiring coaches, getting the right guys around him, offensive line, run game, you name it. Matthew Stafford didn't win one single playoff game, and now we're 6-4. We just lost to the defending Super Bowl champs, and this guy, Ethan Toder, wants to go back to the paper bag days. I'm out on this guy. This guy sucks.
No, Foxy. Ethan speaks for a lot of people up there in Detroit.
No way. I hate any fan that thinks this way. I hate anyone that doesn't like Jared Goff, by the way. Yes, he played pretty bad last night, and that's going to happen from time to time against the best defense in the league. But that guy won us a playoff game, all right? That guy started out terrible, and everyone said, get him out of town, and he stuck with it. MCDC stuck with it, won us a playoff game, got us the NFC Championship. Never happened in my life, and this guy, this fan wants him out of town. He
Ethan
sucks. Toder sucks.
Is it true? I saw somewhere that Goff was wearing mittens last night.
That's not true.
Yeah.
He just wore 2 gloves.
No, mittens underneath his gloves. I saw that same exact thing.
I didn't see that.
Like mittens where your finger, it's not individual fingers.
Like you wore them under the
glove.
like sticky bandits.
Oh, this one, the one that folds over.
Yeah.
He didn't wear
That
those.
seems.
So he had the Nike ones that were the glove, and then they flipped right over in between. Sliding gloves almost.
Right.
He didn't wear
and
those.
allegedly Johnny Morton was walking around the sideline going, MCDC, huh?
So easy.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Good call on every 4th down walking by. Nice call, dickhead.
So many.
He was thinking it, maybe.
Johnny Mo last night lays his head down. Just like I fucking said.
That's right.
We got to remember what Tone said last week.
Yep.
All right, last week was Commanders. MCDC called those plays. This week was the Eagles. Johnny Mo called those. Next week, we're back to the Giants. MCDC gets us. Week after that, Johnny Mo gets the Packers, and then we just keep going back and forth.
Not a bad idea, especially if you're a head ball coach.
Yeah.
But on that note, I don't like seeing the Jared Goof thing again from Toder. Okay? No. This man's a new man. This man's getting his name chanted around the entire city.
I saw worse than that.
This guy's done it.
Yeah.
You're saying Ethan Toder was towing the line of being kind versus what everybody else
I saw a pretty big NFL account say Jared Goff when it's whatever degrees or colder, and it was a picture of Orlovsky.
Oh, no.
Is that NFL
Paul Orlovsky. Let's ask him how he feels about this. That's a shot at a couple people there.
Well, Dano just put out a list. If you delete drops and weather under 30 degrees and offensive line missing their assignments and something else, then these are the top 5 quarterbacks.
Orlovsky put that tweet
And
out?
EPA.
Goof is number 1.
And plus, Orlovsky hearing that he would be compared to Goof, he's licking his chops.
No, remember, guy's allowed to have a bad game. Now, him showing up with 2 gloves when he never does that, kind of worrisome. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is the guy who people are saying is actually Jared Goff under 50 degrees of weather. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky. Dano, I know you got TV in a couple minutes. We apologize for interrupting your pre-show routine. I know you have to meditate and all that shit. So the thought of them saying Jared Goff at his absolute worst is Dan Orlovsky. How do you feel about that? And why did Jared Goff not play good? That's fucked up. I'm saying it. I'm telling you it's fucked up. I don't like it, but it is what's happening. What happened to Jared Goff, and why does he wear 2 gloves sometimes and not all the time?
Yeah, I would tell you what happened to him was the Eagles' defensive line exposed the Lions' offensive line. That was the best front that the Lions' offensive line has played all season long, probably since at least week 1 Green Bay. And the Jalen Phillips-Carter combo is just, dominant right now. Jordan Davis, Ojomo, Hunt. I think Jared was 0 for 12 last night under pressure. So it was more so the Lions' offensive line just getting dominated. And then sticky coverage. I don't know why he's wearing 2 gloves. My guess is the temperature and the trying to keep grip on the ball as much as he can. I know it was windy last night. I don't necessarily take offense to Jared being me under certain weather. So, but that was more Philly's defensive line kicking the absolute what out of the Lions' offensive line.
Foxy, please run it. Yep, there. That's what they said, Dan. I don't like it. That's good.
When he has to play outside of a dome without a perfectly climate-controlled environment.
That's a good tweet. NFL memes,
internet, man, it's so good.
Yeah, NFL memes, good account too. Good account. They stay ahead of the game. And I thought this was rude to both parties because Jared Goff is a great quarterback. We think he has proved he's a great quarterback. Everybody wants him not to be. You have a bad game, they're going to attack you. Just like
it's more of a knock on Jared than it is Jared, the one who should be offended, not me, right?
Certainly.
Like I'm constantly getting an uptick. Yeah,
no doubt.
No, you should be offended too.
Nah, I don't give a fudge.
Yeah, you fudge it all, dude. Good luck on TV. We appreciate the fudge out of you, dude.
Later.
Dan motherfucking Orlovsky.
And one more thing on Toter's tweet. He wants to go back to the days. No disrespect, because I see Dan is still. He wants to go back to the Orlovsky days, and that's why Toter is a terrible fan for the Detroit Lions.
Dan, this is uncalled for. I just want to let you know that, Dan. This is outrageous. Oh, it's so fudging rude. Then we mute him. All right, Dan. Thank you, Dan. That was tough times there for Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah. If you don't have any expectations, then you can't be let down, I guess, right? So you just expect to be terrible? Is that what they want?
I've heard a coach say that if we win too much here, people are going to expect us to win a Super Bowl, and then when we can't do that, then we're all going to get fired.
The coach did.
You heard
that must have been a Hall of Fame coach.
Nope. No. Coach, yeah. Turns out.
Shocking.
Wasn't coach for my team, but I heard in conversation for other team, and I immediately go, wow. That's a cancer in the building. If you get that mindset or mentality in there.
Wow.
Sounds like that's what a fan mindset potentially is. Like if we're too good right now, expectations will get crazy. We just need to remain ass. So then we get down in the game, we fucking get a hot dog. Maybe Eminem will be here. Speaking of breaking news for the Detroit Lions. You are not ass, and your Thanksgiving performances are only going to get better. Eminem has signed on to become the conductor.
Executive producer.
There it is. Conductor.
EP of the halftime shows. We all remember the Jack Harlow experiment that happened a couple of years back.
So good.
Jack bamboozled, I believe, there by the setup and everything. This year's halftime show for Thanksgiving game for the Detroit Lions, Jack White.
Good selection.
You know where he's going? Wichita, dude. Okay. And he's going to Detroit for Thanksgiving, his hometown. I genuinely don't know how many songs he has to play or needs to play. But boy, if you just play that one, I think it'll be a much better success than anything else going on anywhere else.
What other bangers does he have?
All of them.
I know everyone knows that one.
Yeah.
All of them.
Got a lot.
Not
All
everyone does
lot
know
of-
that one we learned this morning, actually.
Really?
D-Bone doesn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
T-Bone?
D-Bone doesn't know.
Is that,
Are they going to get?
Is that Jack White too?
No.
No.
That's Matt Damon.
Who was the guy freestyling in the Steelers locker room?
Oh, you're talking
That's
about
what
Matt?
they did.
Oh, I thought that was Eminem.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mac.
I did too initially.
Harry Mack, I believe is his name. He's outrageous. I mean, he's outrageous. He was able to get Biblioteca, I believe, in
Yes,
there
he
at
did.
some point. You know, just a freestyler brain. Unbelievable rhymes. I do wonder how many rhymes he has at all times in his brain.
He's just off the top every time.
Everything, knee words.
It's impressive.
He gets a word from 10 different people,
Like
and then
that.
he has to go back through it, obviously, and memorize what everybody's word is, and then he just kind of goes down the line. And through it all, you know, telling a story while freestyling. He's an impressive being. I've seen him on the internet for some years now, and he has the ability to do the most absurd thing. As soon as he walks in there and says, I need some words, somebody says orange. He says, I do it literally all the time. Thank you so much. No problem. And he's like, that's kind of his gimmick. Him traveling around, he was the creator of the week or something like that. The NFL's creator of the week. I think the NFL is trying to reach out to more creators to do stuff.
Steelers got the Wiggles or Kids Bop next week, or who's next up for this round?
I don't know who the next creator of the week would be, but I do know that
Wiggles would be.
they won. They're 1-0 now with Harry coming.
That's a good point.
And what happened to the Rams? I saw a new O's. Was there a new O's?
Oh no, there was just a segment on Sunday NFL Countdown of O's doing, and who knows when they did it. It might have been like before the season, but it was classic O's, play the hits, do all the same shit he does in every NFL locker room. Hey Stafford, I want you to stand up here and think of who you're going to throw the ball to. Just think of who you're going to throw the ball to. And we've all seen this song and dance. He throws it to Devontae. Devontae, stop. Go ahead and take this permanent marker and write down the score of the Super Bowl. Visualize it in your mind. The team you're going to play as well. What do you know? He gets that too. But let's take it a step further. Matthew, I want you to, who after Devontae, who else you going to throw to? And what do you know?
No way.
The two other guys that Matthew's thinking of put their jersey numbers together. Boom, on Devontae's palm. 23-14. They're beating the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Unbelievable. But it's
actually sick.
It's good. It's good stuff, but it is just kind of the recycled O's experience.
Yeah, but every time you think he's not going to get it right. That's the
well,
this motherfucker.
I don't know if everybody thinks that. I certainly think that.
Well, that's the thing is there's always the chance that he's going to miss it because
Right.
he's so aggressive.
But then I was also thinking,
No, it's not. It doesn't miss.
well,
It's O's.
I know, but that's the
I've
part
seen
of the
him
whole-
miss once with a bunch of fucking people.
No, but that was tough. Yeah, I think that was once again, that was very aggressive. Like the things he tries to do, it feels are very, 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 very aggressive.
right. But you
Exact
knew
scores, exact this, exact that.
Yeah.
you knew that wasn't going to happen because it was a pre-produced segment on NFL Countdown. Now, it would have been funny.
Oh, so you're saying, hey,
It would have been pretty sweet if you'd have just fucked up and they would have been like, boy,
gotta keep it.
Probably wouldn't have ran
so
that one.
sorry that happened. But you can see magic is, you never know what's going to happen with it.
Every time though, I get worried for him. Like anytime I'm up there with him, I have a general sense of anxiety. Just like, oh man, you're really going for it. Right
Yeah.
now. You're really going for this is way too much. All right, and then he has had me be a part of a couple of them. I'm like, bro, don't do that. Don't have me be a part of this shit. I don't want to fuck this up. You're going to think of a school. You're going to think of a school. You're going to think of a school or whatever, a university. I'm like, okay, which one do you want me to think of, buddy?
So many.
It's just think of them. Yeah, there's 130 in fucking D1. They're all pretty good. It would be fucking sick if I dropped some random one on you.
Scranton.
But I don't want to fuck it up. Yeah, maybe Scranton. You ever heard of them? Fucking great women's basketball team. So it's always a lot. He's always very aggressive. Pin numbers, hey, what's a super personal, super specific number? Pin numbers. 2 jersey numbers, what is a specific score?
Mm-hmm.
He's just very aggressive.
Kind of like career on the line every time you do that.
Yes, that's everything he does. It's like, bro, I don't think you have to go that far.
The one to Darius was the most impressive one I've ever seen.
Scroll
In
through
the
your
phone? That was nuts. To get the name number one and then the emoji.
Yeah.
But also, that's aggressive there.
Very, extremely. Fucking the shit he had taped to comment. Live in was that Detroit?
Yeah. That was
Live in
wild
Detroit.
as well. He also just posted, I think it was on the Today Show or Good Morning America, and he basically had this guy who was interviewing him. He was doing his whole shtick, and he said, think of the person that you would want to, interview, dead or alive. And the guy is talking about how I've never said this to anyone, told anyone about this, and then right before they shook hands, O's goes, change your mind right now. And the guy changed his mind and he goes, Bob Marley. And the guy was just like,
what the fuck?
And the guy like couldn't even speak.
I was
He
thinking
I don't know
Bob
what
Marley.
to
I
do.
didn't see that.
Because guy was thinking, you were thinking of Bob
I
Marley?
swear to God, when you first said it, the first
Con Man,
person
wait a
dead
minute.
alive,
Oh,
I said
shit.
Bob Marley. I swear to God. And I haven't seen what
Hey, man,
That's crazy.
you little O's puppet out here. Maybe you have the ability, brother, to reach.
If I was ever an O's puppet, shoot me in the fucking head.
I don't think you would know if you were.
That's a good point.
That's O's football.
You're right.
Yeah, but he's all of it is just so very aggressive. Like you're really,
Even if he messes up, I think he's good enough to talk his way out of it and craft it into something else.
maybe. See, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't leave himself a lot of outs. Like that is what I'm saying. Like everything has to be exact, or it does, because he does callbacks in his fucking shit.
Yeah.
And it's like everything has to be there for it all. It's stressful. I don't know how he gets through it.
Would be an interesting read. I kind of do want to get his book just to see what it says in there, but then I think he's just going to gimmick the whole thing. Like, I told you to buy this book, and now you're fucking reading it. How about that?
Last page.
Yeah. Gotcha, bitch.
Let's go to another overreaction, shall we? This is from Drew Cowgill. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Vikings are dead. 9 is the second coming of Christian Ponder.
Ooh.
Another superstar wide receiver's career being wasted in Minnesota. Fuck this, dude. I don't think we can say that about 9 just yet.
Jeez.
I'm down.
To say what?
To say that about 9 just yet.
What about Drew Cowgill, though? He needs a little bit of hope. 9's not done. 9
That's
can
true.
get a lot better. This is basically his rookie year.
Well, it's tough, and yes, I do agree. Like, he's only played fucking 10 games. I have a feeling if Nick Mullins was starting, they're 6-4 right now.
Aaron Rodgers, too, potentially their quarterback. Sam Darnold, potentially their quarterback. Now people were saying Sam Darnold last night is exactly what we thought Sam Darnold was going to be, which is why we didn't want him. Sam Darnold's going to have to fight through that for the rest of his career until he wins a Super Bowl, which we think Seattle potentially could. But there's a lot of quarterbacks not at Minnesota that could be at Minnesota right now. Danny Dimes was in that building. That was potentially a guy. He's going on to obviously lead the Indianapolis Colts to things that we've never done before. So there's a lot of Minnesota Vikings fans thinking, what if, I think, too. A lot of what ifs because of where they were last year and where they could have been. Kirk Cousins, even a couple of years back. There's just so much what if with how good the team is, and then you watch him literally miss. I mean, there's some misses that are like little league type stuff, misses. Then there's some throws that get made late that are like must-haves that happen. Then there's some fastballs that take place where you don't need a fastball, and then there's some misses where we don't need it that are kind of low. It's like he has the ability, I think, at somewhere in there to make the big plays. He's going to have to work to that, though. So maybe his first offseason, this upcoming offseason, he'll be able to make a huge leap. Is that the expectation, AJ?
I would assume so, but I mean, if Santos misses that kick, is anyone upset with JJ McCarthy and the Vikings? Or are they sweeping under the rug? Hey, we're good to go. This guy's a gamer.
See, the NFC Offensive Player of the Week again.
122 yards.
Talking about 9?
Yeah.
I mean,
see, that's what I think they need to do. I think they need to do a human sacrifice. Go get like a crash test dummy, put the J.J. McCarthy jersey on him, and then take like a rocket launcher or like a machine gun and just, you got to fucking kill 9. And we need J.J.
Give him a different number. Oh. He needs a new number.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Change jersey, you can do that.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
40.
Yeah.
Now we're
Bear
talking.
Bachmar.
47.
47.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
What number would look good, Donner?
He can't be 9 anymore.
What about 99?
Oh, what about 12? Loves Tom, right?
Yeah, let's put him in Brady's number. That won't go bad. What's Michigan? I think it's so bad. I think it's DEFCON 5 up there. They had 14 wins, and before going into the season, there were some people who I won't name were basically saying like, "Hey, look, they're going to be better than they were last year. They might not win the same amount of games, but they're going to be better." And then you think about,
sorry, keep going.
But yeah, you just think
got
about
lost
that.
in the new number. Yeah, but you're right. There were people with high expectations for 9.
Yeah,
7.
What are you looking up?
I was going to say what number is Christian Ponder because they may have been playing into this thing the whole time.
For him to change his number?
Yeah, but I don't remember because, like this guy mentioned, Christian Ponder was pretty shitty. He was out pretty quickly in Minnesota.
Let's go to completion percentages in the KOC offense out there in Minnesota. Nick Mullins, 70.3. This guy was spinning it.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, 67.1. Darnold, 66. Carson Wentz, remember him over there? 65. Dobbs, 62.9. J.J. McCarthy, 52.9. But once again, he's not technically a rookie, but kind of.
Yeah.
And this was a massive bet that the Minnesota Vikings placed on J.J. McCarthy because they knew they had a team that could go on a run. And are they saying, did I hear it right? Justin Jefferson's getting frustrated?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's true. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. He was frustrated yesterday, big time.
They move up.
I mean, think about Justin Jefferson. You throw it 10 feet in the area, and he'll catch it, and this guy can't even do that.
Yeah, his catch radius is maybe the largest
He's
in the NFL.
He's still controlling it, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was, he wanted to slam his hand.
Great teammate.
And then he had a great block, a touchdown, run, circling the C. So he's holding on to hope, I think.
That was a good circle, by the way, especially with the angle that the C was. But I agree. I think Justin Jefferson is like great leader, and I think the way he's always talked about it, especially whenever they chose to go to J.J. McCarthy with all the success he's had with everybody else. I'm saying, hey, it's his team. I'm just here to hopefully make him better. Addison the same way. So I hold nothing against him, but boy, that's going to be tough. That's a tough pill for them all to swallow. They're fighting for number 1 seed in the NFC. And then now it's like, can we beat any good teams? I don't think so.
Justin Jefferson, I understand him being a little bit frustrated. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with it. He's not going and getting in his quarterback's face on the sideline. He's frustrated in that, the lack of production on the offense.
Yeah, he's allowed to be. And on that note, it looked like the overthrow Olympics for a while.
It did.
This game. Both of them. Just overthrow. And then you got Matt Stafford spinning it, and you watch him throw it. It's like never missing. That guy's never missing a thing. And then you see Josh Allen doing his thing, and it's like never missing. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, are they dead?
Until they have 10 losses.
Who do they have this week?
Maybe. Then I'll comfortably.
That's right. That's why we put a question mark on it.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good bounce back opportunity this week? Or?
Colts.
Not
that
is a good opportunity because Colts are a really good team. So if they beat them, here we go.
Both ways. Yeah.
True.
In the Colts, we don't know what Shane Steichen is off a bye week. We have no idea. You know how they always have those stats?
Unbelievable.
Like, hey, insert name of coach here after a bye, a lot of games, and then this. We don't know about Shane because Shane's not really had a football team since he's been a head coach.
True.
He had like 14 different quarterbacks at different times. Almost took Gardner Minshew to the damn fucking Super Bowl.
Boy.
What?
It's a fucking murderer's row for the Colts to finish that season.
That is not. I mean, the Jags are for real, man. Too. Like, this is
Jags. Yeah, they just pounded the Chargers.
Texans defense.
Absolutely pounded the Chargers. Yeah, Texans defense good. Kansas City Chiefs or Kansas City
Niners are good again.
Seahawks in there.
This is a good looking road, boys.
I mean, the Pat schedule's pretty tough too. Let's not sleep on that one too.
Yeah, I mean the Bengals difficult squad, especially after what just happened with Steelers. The Giants, you never know what you're going to get with them. It was nice to see Scatterboo and Jackson Dart at the game.
It was super fucking dope.
That was super dope. I like the way that was being reported.
Supporting their teammates.
Look at these guys, good teammates coming to the game. Watch their teammates. Where the hell are they supposed to be?
I don't know. Kicking it Sunday. I don't know.
Scat's everywhere.
Where you want to go?
Scat is everywhere. He's beloved. He was at the UFC fight. I saw a lot of people wanting to take photos with him. He was obviously, I think, at the Knicks game. He's showing up to work.
Yeah.
Which is super dope.
Home game.
Yeah.
Jordan Schultz reporting on the arrival. I think it's super dope that both Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo pulled up together to support their Giants teammates. That's right. We're showing up.
That is fucking super dope. It is.
Yeah, Debo had a response, obviously, and I agree. Showing up to work is pretty dope, Jordan.
Pretty good response. Debo.
Normally, you can't hear all the sarcasm and condescendingness in a tweet, but that one read really clear.
It did.
It read really clear.
Love Jordan, man.
We do. And I do like spotlighting a positive, Scatterboo and Jackson Dart come to support the teammates. That is good. Yeah, we can't be acting like that's just a heroic thing to do. Like that is just like a part of the thing. Like you're a part of the team. You're a quarterback. You're also rookies.
Yeah, kind of a requirement.
Yeah. But I need backup quarterbacks getting equal reps going forward.
Put in the CBA.
Yeah.
Well, CBA, we'll talk about report cards with the NFL and the NFLPA with J.J. Watt on Wednesday. He is very excited for that discussion.
Can't wait.
He is. We could talk about it now. We could have talked about it on Friday. We could talk about it tomorrow. But it would all be a wasted conversation until J.J. Watt gets on here. So this is a teaser. On Wednesday, J.J. Watt has a lot to say about the NFL and the NFLPA's report card gimmick that's currently out there right now, where the NFL has said to the NFLPA, yeah, we're not doing it. We're filing a grievance. You're not allowed to do these report cards anymore. J.J. has some thoughts, and we'll talk to him about that on Wednesday. I think he's going to be on the player side.
Sure. I can't wait. It's a good team.
He is an owner. You never know. He might see the other side of the coin now.
Good point.
Wow.
Do they do them over there?
No, they just kind of ship them out.
What do you mean? The players?
I mean, his soccer teams. Do his soccer teams get report cards done on them?
I wonder if Espanol is doing that, and maybe they just. Maybe they do just ship him out of town if they vote bad. Maybe it's a setup. Hey, what do you think of our building? Guy gives an F. Sweet. Get him out of here.
Sweet. We're selling you for €250 a week.
Let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? We do not know if there's report cards. Let's go to Jared at Jared's 53. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Eagles can't run the ball. The Eagles can't throw the ball. The Eagles can't control A.J. Brown. You know what else the Eagles can't do? Lose. Keep counting them out. All you dumbasses will learn when they repeat. Hashtag fly.
Eagles fly.
Hashtag go birds. Coop looks super cool up there in the owner's suite. Love that he rides or dies with this Philadelphia Eagles side. And I love the fact that they think that they can't do anything. And I love that there's so much drama, so much controversy, so much shit being talked in and or around the Philadelphia Eagles at all times. And now we got people saying that that's Jared Goof, and that's how good the Philadelphia Eagles play all the time. This team somehow performs at its highest whenever it's its loudest, when normally that is not the case at all, Tone.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're the new Chiefs. Like the numbers are not good. Like throwing the ball, running the ball, they are not correct. But the defense over the last few weeks has come alive since the additions that they have made. And all they do is win games. And they've earned the credit to where we cannot question them anymore because all they do is win, and they do it every single year. And then they get to the Super Bowl and they win that game too. So it doesn't even matter how they look right now.
You know who helps out a lot whenever you get to trade for Jalen Phillips? You trade for Jalen Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
And then Hembo sends us a stat. And Jalen Phillips only been on the team for a couple weeks, but whenever he's on the field, the other team's quarterback, 16.7 QBR. Whenever he's not on the field with this defense, 55.9. Okay, so this guy has certainly been a part of some destruction of game plans on the other side of the ball. And shout out to the Dolphins still winning after moving on. But it feels like this Philadelphia Eagles team just reloaded, restocked. And even though there's so much drama, they don't care, AJ. They just win games.
Yeah, they just win. I believe I saw a stat where they've won, 24 of the last 27 games. Is that true? Because these guys know how to win. Like, they absolutely know how to win. Yeah, it doesn't look great, and you're going to say, hey, this is going to come back and bite them in the playoffs when it matters. This defense, though, they are absolutely rolling at all three levels, and they're fun to watch. And that's like we say, if you have a defense that can dominate a game, I think you always have a chance to win it all.
And you talk about teams that win or are in contention year in and year out. We always say it starts from the top down. And Howie, whenever there's an opportunity to make this team better, he goes out and put it out there and go and get a Phillips. Go and draft Campbell, even though you have Dean, who's banged up. Nakobe Dean being back, he's been great. Zach Bond, they went and found him, paid him. Like, this defense, Jordan Davis drafted him. He's playing great. Like, it starts up front, but on the back end, Cooper, the safeties. Quinyon Mitchell, I mean, he is unbelievable. Probably the best press corner down in and down out in the NFL right now. So they have all the pieces offensively. They definitely got to figure it out and score more points. But you're talking about winning ball games. Like, if you look at Sirianni and where he ranks amongst coaches and wins in their first however many games, he's up there with probably, I would assume, surrounded by all Hall of Famers. So they find a way to win games regardless of where they are in the season. So, I mean, and then anytime you see him on the headline, it's what's wrong with the Eagles? A.J. Brown, can they do this? Can they do that? And we'll look and be in week 18 and they'll be fucking 15-2.
That's Eagles football.
Yeah.
That's Sirianni football.
Yep.
Always noise, always winning. And they have to cycle coordinators as well. It's a beautiful thing. Let's go to the next overreaction. This is from Aaron Clentin. At hi, my name is Ninja. What's up, Ninja? Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Chiefs are dead. O-line worse than last year. Nagy hates winning again. Defense looked lost all game. What are we doing? Trade Rice, X, and Brown to Chicago. Bring Joe back here and run the fucking ball under center. Hashtag same old chefs.
Wow.
Jeez. A lot of Chiefs fans bummed out, Ty?
Yeah, a lot of Chiefs fans bummed out. And I don't know why, but people just don't like Matt Nagy. He's taking a lot of strays. I was like, how much is this guy actually doing? But Chiefs fans, they think he's the one calling the plays, calling the defensive plays, making the special teams decisions. People fucking hate Matt Nagy.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but
a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah, that's life in football, especially when you were a head coach and it didn't go well. And whenever you're known by everybody, and when you go to a dynasty and obviously have immediate success, but then it unravels, you're going to be the one that's, well, is it Andy Reid? No. Is it Patrick Mahomes?
No.
No. So it's got to be this other guy.
Yeah, it's not Steve Spagnuolo.
Nope. And it's not Tobe, special teams guy.
No.
Why is this other guy around?
It's not any of the players.
No, we've seen them. They're all Hall of Famers. They've won before. Why is this guy?
This guy fucking drafted Mitch Trubisky. Get him out. Get him the fuck out of town.
Good luck out there, Nagy. And to the Chiefs, we don't know if you're dead, but I don't like even talking about it. Let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This one's from Sir Thane. Hashtag, is that something?
That I couldn't tell, and his profile picture was just kind of like a black blob, so I wasn't sure.
Is that from a movie? That's not a video game.
It might be some like anime bullshit that I don't know about, but I'm not sure.
Hashtag, I don't want to overreact, but I hate Todd Bowles as a coach with all my heart and being. Can't believe I got duped into thinking he's a decent coach for 10 seconds. Bucks D got ran over faster than Mufasa getting crushed by the Stampede.
That was sad.
That was very sad and fast. Let the Bowles era end. Hashtag fire Todd Bowles.
Jeez.
Is that how Tampa's feeling after what happened against the Bills?
Yeah, this was basically every Tampa Bay overreaction was like, Todd Bowles sucks. It's time for this to end.
He's the head coach, obviously defensive coach as well. He's going to be the one that's going to feel the heat if a quarterback does something historic against you on a Sunday in the NFL season. I think this team has been good, though, and on defensive side, it feels like they unload the clip early and maybe get everybody confused. And then if you can figure it out, you're in a good spot. If you can't, you're going to be underwater for its entirety. I don't know if you can win a lot of like playoff games against a lot of great players like that. AJ, what are your thoughts on the Bucs defense? Because I think we were just singing their praises a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, obviously with Vita Vea, it starts up top. Like, that guy is unbelievable. But, yeah, I don't know. I would chalk this one up to, hey, we ran into an absolute juggernaut. Josh Allen's awesome. He's a stud. We were playing at their place. Yeah, they did turn him over early. They turned him over twice and got 2 picks on him. Credit to Josh Allen for coming back from that. But I don't know. I can't count the Bucs out. But, yeah, this was concerning. But I would say, hey, we ran into a guy who was playing lights out. He scored 6 touchdowns on us. Let's move on to next week.
Yeah, let's move on as fast as possible. And it sounds like they're trying to do that from Coach Todd Bowles. He'll stay isolated from it, though. He won't hear the noise. They'll keep going. They got a lot on the line still, that Buccaneers team. Let's go to the next overreaction. This one's from AJ Swings at Dog Acts Fish. Hashtag, I don't want to overreact, but the Rams are frauds. In a game where we got vintage Sammy Ghost Darnold throwing 4 picks, the Rams only squeaked out a 2-point win on a missed field goal attempt. Hawks still run the West. AJ Swing says that's one game for Sam. That's not the rest of the season. We played our worst ball and they only won by 2. Sounds fake to me. How do you feel about that take from Dog X Fish?
I mean, that's exactly how a Seahawks fan, which I assume that guy is supposed to feel after that game. You throw the ball away 4 times and you only come up short by 2 points. I feel him. I don't think that's an overreaction. I think they still, you heard Puka talk about him. They still got a bunch of dogs barking over there. And I love the fact that the Seahawks, they clearly still have Sam Darnold's back. You heard some of his teammates speak after the game about him. So I think Sam will bounce back from this one.
Yeah, actually said, hey, you got something to say, fuck you.
Yeah.
I love everything about that. Who was the...
Ernest Jones IV, who was also kind of in the rumor mill during the trade deadline. So for him to say that, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love the way he sticks up for his team, and I think it's an incredible culture. And also, Jason Myers hits all the field goals for the team all game. He's been a steady person for that Seattle Seahawks team throughout all the years. Him missing that 61-yarder is a heartbreaker. He had a hell of a game.
Yeah, he did.
Had a hell of a game and then has a 61-yarder to win this thing. And that thing just drifts to his right on a slice. If he hits that a little cleaner, I think it goes through, obviously. But Jason Myers has a huge game for the Rams, for the Seahawks, can't take it home. I guess you should be a little worried if you're the Rams, huh?
No,
absolutely no.
It's just a good ball.
Big win for first place. Like, it's a big win.
Mike
Huge
McDonald's
win.
11-1 on the road. No, I mean, but I guess 11-2 now.
Yeah,
Right,
what a monster Matthew Stafford, the year he's having right now. And that defense, outrageous. They're young and they're hungry. Let's go to the next overreaction. This is from Bills Mafia 1018 at Colby 2281 at Pat McAfee Show. Hashtag, I don't want to overreact, but the Buffalo Bills are all the way back. Josh Allen's big country ass is rumbling and stumbling for 6 tuds. Joe Brady is a fucking sicko. Cole Bishop is a junkyard dog. The Colts and Pats have been put on notice. No one, and we mean No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Cheers. Is your defense good enough to win? That's the only question we have to Colby and to the Buffalo Bills nation. What do you think?
They hope so. They hope so. I don't know right now. We definitely don't know. Their offense is good enough to win it all, but can your defense hold up when it truly matters? I don't know. We'll see. They can prove to us that they are.
Josh Allen in a shootout, I think we all like. I think we certainly like. But if the defense is able to get a stop on Josh Allen a couple of times, will you be able to answer that on the other side whenever push comes to shove? That's the only question.
Well, and the best, defense for Josh Allen's to keep him off the field. And if you can't stop the run, our team's just going to, run it 15 times every possession. And, then it's like, hey, guess what? You have to score a touchdown on every single possession if you're the Bills.
As a team in the AFC who is on a historically great running season, I am very pumped that the Buffalo Bills' seemingly weakness at this point is their rush defense, as a Colts fan. Now, it's all matchups, obviously, whenever you get to the playoffs, which we all assume we all are going to be there. So if you happen to run into a team that can just take the air out of the game completely, and Josh Allen touches it 3 times a half, 4 times a half, like what do you do? And let alone if your defense gets a stop on Josh Allen 1 or 2 times, like how does it go? I guess that's a question mark. They still got a lot of time to figure it out. Let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This is I miss Brad Lambert at Will B. Hardigan. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Bryce Young just solidified himself as a franchise quarterback. Franchise record 448 on one of the top pass defenses in the league. Falcons need to extend Raheem Morris. 4 out of 12 of Bryce's wins are against the Dirty Birds. Move over Arthur Blank. Bryce owns you. Shout out to the Carolina Panthers seemingly getting a team. And shout out to Bryce Young. Obviously got benched last year and then comes back in. They found something special. David Canales down in Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield was sweet. Now they're trying to do the same thing in Carolina. And for the Atlanta Falcons, it's just another situation where we have no idea who they are, what they are. Tet McMillan, obviously a stud for the Carolina Panthers. Rico Dowdell special. Bryce Young's finding his groove. Are the Carolina Panthers building for tomorrow or today?
They're a good ball club, a winning team right now, and to be down like this on the road against a divisional opponent and to fight back. Xavier Legette making another play. He's had kind of an up and down season. And then you mentioned that T-Mac out there being special. He's a weapon. Atlanta obviously has Drake London, and the Panthers went out and got T-Mac in the top of the draft this year, and he's been special. But Bryce Young put on an absolute show. This Bryce Young yesterday, and obviously is throwing for 450 yards. You're not going to do that week in and week out. But this is why he was drafted number 1 overall. He's obviously a small guy, so it was going to be an outlier to be successful in the National Football League with that frame. But he was compared to Steph Curry. He was like the Steph Curry coming into the draft, and watching him play yesterday, it gave you Steph Curry vibes. He was on fire. I love where the Panthers are at right now in their kind of, I wouldn't call it a full rebuild because you have your quarterback, and you have your GM, you have your head coach, but I think they're heading in the right direction.
Congratulations to the Carolina Panthers and Steph Curry moving on from Under Armour.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. Wearing Nike shoes, right? First game back.
Yeah. So immediately, and then they win, and he goes crazy in them. That's certainly a sign maybe from the basketball gods. That felt like a big deal, though, because I took a trip down memory lane with Steph Curry and Under Armour. Remember the Nurse Currys and then the Grass Cutter ones, and then now where they ended up at? I mean, that was a special development, a special growth. That was big for sports, I think, AJ.
He started like the whole golf line, I feel like, with Under Armour as well. Like he's so deep with them. Like, what happened? Did his contract just run up and they didn't renew it? He didn't want to go? Like, I don't understand. No, they fell apart.
Yeah, he had a pretty large contract. I don't remember all the details a couple of years ago, I feel like. And he still owns the Curry brand. Now it will be separate from UA, so wherever he goes, whether it's Nike or Reebok, wherever he goes, he'll still have that Curry brand. I'm sure all the initiatives and the golf stuff, and he's been sponsoring like golf teams and all type of shit, so I'm sure it'll still go. But this is obviously huge in the sneaker landscape, but I think it was just a differing of routes for Under Armour and where Steph Curry wanted to go. I mean, shit, he's their most...
Definitely.
He's their biggest. I know Justin Jefferson is their biggest probably football player, but as far as basketball player, global superstar, like Steph Curry is that.
Yeah, click, clack until now. I mean, AJ had to go through it with Under Armour where they were trying to figure out how to make cleats. Just like Jordan in the documentary talked about how they had to figure out how to make basketball shoes. His feet were bleeding at the end of games because of how the technology was then. Happens with shoes as well. That's why, like, normally the first round of shoes for any company is ass because they're trying to find it and figure it out. And those Curry ones, we supported because we liked the way Steph Curry played. Those first couple pairs of shoes were the shittiest on the market. I mean, the shittiest on the market. The way they felt and looked were just ass. And then like they continued to evolve, and I think they got like good. And it was like I thought they were going to continue to go. So whenever I saw it, I'm like, man, you guys went through a lot of hard times together.
And
you guys got cooked together pretty good there for a while.
Yeah, he was having bad ankle issues where people thought like, oh, he's not going to be able to play for 6, 8, 10 years in the league, and now for him to be in year 16 or 17, and he's been relatively healthy for the most part of that. Okay. So that was huge. So it's a huge move for him to go to a completely different shoe brand now at this stage of his career.
Well, and like you mentioned it as like a joke, but like that's those first pair, like that's all they were good for was like mowing your grass in. Like you couldn't do anything else with those, and even if you did that, you're cutting the lawn and then you're done. You're like, Jesus Christ, I got fucking blisters all over my feet. Like that was
But Steph was somehow going out there, and filling about. It was like I thought they had a great maybe forever thing. Yeah. Obviously, great work by you two and what you built. It was still a special relationship. Oh, yeah. Last overreaction here from Chris Nichols. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Jacksonville Jaguars continue to make 0 sense. If you're playing your franchise QB, we might whoop that ass. Put a backup in, and we can't do nothing right. I don't know if the Duval Jags are a playoff team or not yet, says Chris Nichols. Huge win. I think you should just celebrate that.
Yeah.
And that's the overreactions. Let's make our picks for tonight. Dallas Cowboys take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Are the Cowboys still favored by 3.5, Tone Dig?
Yes, I just checked. It's 3.5 across the board.
68% of the public bets were on Dallas before the show started. Has that number moved?
71 on the Cowboys.
Wow, over 70% now. Can you tell me how that's doing as opposed to maybe earlier in the season?
So this weekend, any teams getting over 60% of the bets were 4, 6, and 1. Jeez. It's been around 500, but on the losing side for the last few weeks. Earlier in the season, people were just getting destroyed, like 1 and 4, 0 and 5, stuff like that. So it's been getting better, but still haven't had a winning week yet.
Okay, so AJ, let's check out where you and I stand. Okay.
Wow. Bit of a runaway.
Wow, I'm starting to really make a run back into this thing. I was down early. All my juice was over on college football. The NFL picks were not fantastic. Now, seems like I'm maybe making a push to make this thing. Now we're 5-5-1 as a whole, you and me, after tonight. And obviously, it feels as if any game can go any way. Mm-hmm. That's why picking against the spread is insane. And that's why sportsbooks are continuing to evolve. And every sportsbook is able to make money nowadays, except for one somehow.
Yep.
Still don't know how that worked.
Mm-hmm. Why did you say I lost the Jacksonville game? Jacksonville was +3 on that last graphic.
You saying you got bamboozled here a little bit?
I mean, I picked Jacksonville and they blew them out.
Oh yeah, you are. You should be. There should be a tie maybe here.
Oh yeah, it's going for a tie tonight.
Back there.
6, 7, and 1.
Oh, it is 6, 7. 6, 7, and 1, yeah. Okay, so hey, a lot on the line here tonight. D-Butch, your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys favored by 3.5, getting 71% of the money going into Las Vegas?
At first glance, this looks like an absolute stinker. But we got two quarterbacks who, at any given time, can put up a ton of yards and score a ton of points. I am excited to see Quentin Williams debut and also Overshown coming back for this Dallas Cowboys defense. So give me the Cowboys on the road to win and to cover the 3.5.
He was talking about both quarterbacks. I've just been seeing a lot of stuff, and this is not made up. A lot of Raiders fans are interested to see if Kenny Pickett makes an appearance tonight.
Okay, maybe a snap for Kenny Pickett. That'll be 2 gloves, 2 different days. Jared Goff and Kenny Pickett, we shall see. Mm-hmm. Darius Butler likes the 71% of the people that are on Dallas minus 3.5. AJ, who do you like?
I like Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys as well.
All right, me too. All right, final picks. Let's get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. You are the greatest people on earth. Great work today, boys. I appreciate you. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.